Okay, so we got to give everybody at least 20, 30 seconds because there's a delay for them to get on. In that meantime, I can let me um, let me write this. Get
It's
in.
all good.
I'm tweeting this out.
I'll see if I could tweet it out too, if I could get the channel link.
All right. So pretty much this discussion is going to be about, is this saga about Vegeta, and then we're also going to discuss the the
That should be interesting.
this episode. It's very important episode because that's everything to do with Vegeta. Gohan did his thing. Me and Gabe, no, me and Abe, I keep saying Gabe. Me and Abe have been prognosticating this entire Dragon Ball saga before it even began. And I am confident in saying this, right? I'm confident in saying this, that most of what we've prognosticated has happened. Literally, most of what we have prognosticated has happened, and we want to share some of that prognostication with you guys. We follow guys like Herms, we follow guys like Geekdom 101, for an Everworld, and stuff like that. And I can't necessarily say we agree with them most of the time. It's like 50-50. Sometimes the fanboyism gets to them, and whatnot. But I get everyone's here, and we see people here in the room. So let me introduce everyone. So everybody. First of all, this is Abe, OBS Nightmare, and this is Bowman. They're welcome to the stream, guys. Can you tell them? Can you say hi? Because I want to make sure everyone hear you guys talk if they can hear you, guys.
I'll let
Tell
Nightmare go
everybody.
Uh,
first.
hey guys,
I'm Bowman, by the way.
uh, guys, can you hear Bowman and Abe?
They should be able to hear us.
Testing, testing.
Do you guys hear? Do you guys hear yourselves?
I'm fine on my end. I don't know about you guys.
No, no. I know you can hear us also on Skype, but can you hear yourself through the stream?
I don't got the stream on. I'll turn it on.
All right, let me see something. Also on Skype, but can you hear yourself through the stream?
I don't got the stream on. I'll turn it on.
All right, let me see something.
There's a delay.
There's a delay. All right. Okay, so
Yeah.
I just want to hear. Let me see.
Turn it on. Oh, we gotta
Alright,
speak
let me
up.
see something.
I'll just hold the phone to my. There's a delay.
There's a. Okay, I can hear you guys for sure. So not only do you guys speak up, I'll turn you guys up a lot on my end. All right. What's going on, guys? So they barely okay. You got to speak up. All right. The fact that
Yeah, I saw that too.
the fact that they can hear you guys is good. I turned you guys up on
Yeah.
my end. In fact, I'm
All
just gonna
right.
put you on max so that
Feel it needs to go Super Saiyan.
yeah.
I think I got an interesting perspective on this whole matter because, like, just to give you a little backstory on my history with Dragon Ball, it goes way back to the '80s.
Same here.
Yeah,
You're
we
talking.
should relate then. I'm
You
talking way back when the Dragon Power for the NES.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
I have
OD.
Wow. People
I have that game.
I have that game.
I got the Nintendo Power for it too, man.
You do? Oh, well, I didn't get the Nintendo Power for it, but a lot of people
Oh no
didn't
no,
a lot of people didn't know that that was a Dragon Ball game. That's like one of the first actually,
yeah.
I think that is the first, no, that's the
The
first Dragon Ball
characters were
game.
named differently though.
Yeah. But that was the first Dragon Ball game. It's well, actually it's based on the actual Monkey King story and whatever, but it
Yeah,
references Dragon Ball heavily. But
it goes back.
yeah, well,
And after that, like a few years after that, here in Canada, since I'm in Canada, I'm Canadian, eh? We have a channel called YTV,
yeah.
and back in the early days, I don't know about America, but they like it wasn't too long after it filmed in Japan that it started airing here in Canada, and we had a totally different intro and everything. So growing up, I used to watch that, and I was always a fan of the portion of Dragon Ball where it'd be like the fun and adventure and like the exploration and the comedy type deal.
Yeah.
It's like if you notice, it was like when Dragon Ball Z hit, like the whole culture's changed since then. It's like everyone cares about the power levels and the transformations. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's something where I'm trying to get adjusted to. Like I love Dragon Ball Z, trust me,
no,
but I'm still getting adjusted to
don't
Super
don't
because
don't
I'm not the biggest fan. So
don't get adjusted. Don't get adjusted. Don't get adjusted to the whole power level garbageness. Like it doesn't. That doesn't even work now. You're talking to two guys that come from the same era as you. We started with
okay,
Dragon Ball, and so we completely understand where you're coming from, and that's why we need to talk about this because there's some glaring issues here that we want to talk about, and I'll get right into it. So Dragon Ball the the series, right? Dragon Ball the series was about Goku and cast Tenshin Han, Krillin, Master Roshi,
and Bulma. And that would
yeah.
be my debate with you. You're saying it's all about Vegeta. I concur and say it's more about Bulma because if you see Bulma in all the scenes and stuff, and Bulma's Vegeta's wife. Bulma's the reason why Vegeta's still around.
Well,
You see what I'm
see,
saying?
well, yes and no, because I'm looking at that's like saying Gohan's around because of Chi Chi. That's like saying Goku's around because they just decided to send a pod to Earth instead of anywhere else. And like that,
I treat it as two families. Sorry, I just treat it like Goku and Bulma. Like there's two sides.
yeah, but Dragon Ball isn't about Bulma. Dragon Ball is about Goku. That's what it's about. Then he has a supporting
Yeah.
cast. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I never said
Yeah.
that. No, but I'm just saying, like, if you were to name like a secondary character in the whole lore of Dragon Ball, like Bulma's always there. Like
Um,
she gets a lot of screen time and everything.
Yes, in Dragon Ball, well, I don't know. In Dragon Ball, in terms of the development of Goku, I guess you could say it was the secondary, the support, the main support character is Bulma, but then it could be argued that, you know, like in comic books or anything, a hero is always defined by the villain. And if you're going to define Goku
Yeah.
as a hero in Dragon Ball, then
Oh, for
Piccolo
sure.
is the man. Even though Bulma has more screen time than Piccolo,
He
Piccolo
lost.
uh
I'm
not
just joking.
yeah,
Yeah. No, Piccolo is like he's
Pic,
been around since
Piccolo
the
is
early
like
days.
what
Yeah.
made Goku who he is. Now, the thing here is it's like if Dragon Ball then when you go into Z, right? Let's talk about Z as an entire series. In Dragon Ball Z, then Gohan became the focus in the first part of it, right? And then Piccolo, because he trained them, Goku got killed. Yes, it is about Goku, but it was more on the development of Gohan as a character. Piccolo, Radix came down. It's only when Goku returned back to Earth, bodied Nappa, and then fought Vegeta, the entire story shift. And the new focus was now back to Goku, and Vegeta defined Goku in Goku's first fight against Vegeta where he lost. That defined Goku because Goku wanted to become stronger and more powerful, and um Goku did not want Vegeta to be killed by Krillin, right? So then now we go to the Namek arc, and the Namek arc it's a big development on a bunch of different people, but it's still focused on Goku. Yes, Krillin, Gohan got shine. Wow, Bulma even gets some shine because she's on the planet with them. Piccolo
Yeah,
gets
she's
shine.
been around like
Yeah.
for the like she people don't notice her because she doesn't power up. She's not a Super Saiyan. She's not like but she's been around like the whole time. Like even in Super,
Mhm.
like apparently she has a sister. You got that alien dude that's always flying down. I always forget his name.
Yeah, Jocko.
There's always
Yeah, but let's keep it in context.
okay.
When we're talking about support cast, we're talking about the fighters because
Hmm.
it's not
Okay.
like if that's going to be the case, then the greatest character in the entire Dragon Ball saga, all of Z, is King Kai and Mr. Popo. Because if not for them, Goku and Vegeta, Trunks and Gohan could not be as powerful as they are. Because you needed King Kai's training on his planet, and they needed a hyperbolic time chamber. So I don't want to dilute the characters by
Which,
trying to focus on the supporting cast that helps them in terms of the plot. Because then Boomer is the case for everything. Like we get it. We get there would be no future Trunks if Boomer didn't build a time machine. We get it. But future Trunks' strength in terms of combat and the adversaries that he has to face has nothing to do with Boomer. And it's the same thing with Goku, the same thing with Vegeta, the same thing with Gohan, the same thing with Krillin, the same thing with all the warriors. They don't necessarily help build the fighters to the way that they are. Perhaps Vegeta because she built the gravity chamber for Vegeta, but she also built the gravity chamber for Goku on his way to Namek. So I don't I want to remove Boomer from the situation because we're talking semantics here, and and we're trying to get to the point as to whether the arc is based on Vegeta. So I want to focus on Vegeta, not the people that make Vegeta, because then the Goku we know now is defined by Vegeta. The Gohan we know is defined by Goku, and we never stick on the topic because we're always looking at the people that made the character. But the topic, as it says in the stream, is this saga about Vegeta, not Bulma? Bulma is always a part
Okay.
of Dragon Ball, but
I didn't read the topics there.
yeah. So I just want to stick on that because
All right,
and
that's all good.
there's a reason because it's when we look back on the whole Dragon Ball as a whole, you can see how they make the series and how they make the sagas. And these things are based on who the writer determines to want to highlight the most. So going back to like the Namek saga, that was about Goku. Yes, Vegeta got powered up. Yes, Gohan got powered up. Yes, Krillin put in some work. But at the end of the day, it was about Goku transforming into a Super Saiyan, killing Frieza. They get to Earth now, right? Um, it was when he got to Earth, it wasn't about anybody. Honestly, it wasn't about any. Yeah, Vegeta was the strongest at the time because everyone thought Goku died, but it was really about waiting for Goku to come back. Then Trunks jumped into the ring, so you had the future Trunks. So for a short part of that saga was about future Trunks. Then Goku returns. Then when Goku returns, it's about Goku. He simply dispatches Trunks with a finger and whatnot. No, DBC Super is not the movie. DBC Dragon Ball Super is an arc that encompasses the movie into its entire series. So then now you have Goku, right? You have Vegeta. These guys are you have Trunks. These guys, all three are Super Saiyans. Then the androids come. Then the series was about the androids. It wasn't even about Goku. Goku catches a heart attack. Vegeta turns into Super Saiyan. It's short-lived. He bodied one of the androids.
I,
Androids
I
light.
I felt Vegeta was more. It was more about Vegeta during the Android arc because that's where he accomplished Super Saiyan and he had the sun.
Well,
So
in the beginning, to be very honest with you, just the
yeah.
beginning, because after that, 18 and 17 came and washed him and washed everyone. So Vegeta was sitting down. It's the reason why Goku wasn't the man in the Android saga, because in the Android saga, Goku was ineffective in the entire Android saga. It's only until
But
Cell came around that Goku got back, and then actually the Android saga and the Cell saga, Goku was not the man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, sorry, I was just saying, like, don't they go together because Cell's an android? I figured it was like a whole big character development for Vegeta because he got a slap in the face from Android 18, and then he busted his butt, and then like he pretty much confronted Cell straight on there.
Well, no, because the Android Cell is not an android. Cell is some type of organic being. He's not even cyber. He's a pure organic being. That's why it's called the Android saga, and then it's called the Cell saga. So it's two different sagas, and in those sagas, Goku was ineffective, not because he got beat or anything, because he was sick. So they created a plot that took Goku out of the action so they can focus on Trunks, focus on Vegeta, focus on Gohan being developed. And that's what, and it wasn't the saga that wasn't even about those guys. In fact, it's kind of funny because they tell you what the saga is focused on. Android saga. So it's not even about the Saiyans because you have the Saiyan saga, the Namek saga, right? Which is it's Saiyans on Namek, but it's really about Goku at the end of the day. But you had the Android saga and then you had the Cell saga. The androids ruled in the entire Android saga, with the exception of the Vegeta destroying Android 19 like he was nothing. Um, when they got into Cell, then it was literally about selling Gohan. And that's when it took a major shift turn, and it was just about propping up Gohan. They were going to get rid of Goku, and Gohan was going to be the next guy, right? Gohan was a truth for that point in time. He
Mhm.
beat Cell with the help of Vegeta and Goku. And then we go into the next saga, which is called the Buu saga. And for a short period of time, it was about Goku and Vegeta with their little fight and spat and whatnot. But it was really about Majin Buu. At the end of the day, Majin Buu is stronger than all of them. And I'm glad that they called it the Buu Saga, because Majin Buu beat all of them. Like, he washed Goku, he definitely washed Vegeta in a fight. No one was on Buu's level. Nobody. They had to merge into Vegito, and that was short lived because based on the retcon, they only had an hour, and they couldn't really do anything to get rid of Buu. That's just the reality, because if they did anything to get rid of Buu while he was Vegito, they would have killed their own children. And Piccolo, they would killed everybody because they were all inside Majin Buu.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Mr. Satan helped them and whatever. So it was a joint effort between Mr. Satan, Goku, and Vegeta to kill Buu. Circumstantial win, just like the Cell Saga. Circumstantial win. Just like the Frieza Saga. Circumstantial win. And a lot of people are gonna sit there and say, "What are you talking about? Circumstantial win? Goku beat Vegeta? Nope. No, I beat Cell. Nope. Goku was killed by Cell, and then the Dragon Balls revived Goku, and then Goku beat Cell. No, beat Frieza. Why am I saying Cell? When Frieza pushed Goku into the ground, the lava killed Goku, and it just so happened that Dende made a wish, and when he made that wish, it brought Goku back to life, and he was able to fight. What happened, Frieza in this arc build character for Vegeta? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I just wanted to do this backstory on Vegeta getting up because I want to see where this arc is. So we've had arcs for Goku. We've had an arc for Gohan. There is even the future Trunk arc. Trunks has his own arc all to himself. In fact, Trunks had two whole arcs to himself, and which is the original Future Trunks timeline arc, and then in Dragon Ball Super, he gets an arc to himself. The question here is, has Vegeta ever gotten an arc? And the answer is no. Vegeta's never gotten an arc. He has gotten Shine, but he has never
Okay,
gotten
I see the point you're trying to make.
he has never gotten an arc. Got some burn, but he's never got Gohan of all the Saiyans. Gohan has an arc. What's the name of this thing? Trunks has an arc. Uh, Goku has an arc. Um, Goten doesn't have an arc because like he just doesn't. He's too young. And yeah, he doesn't get around to get an arc
The
yet.
closest arc I could think of for Vegeta would
Mhm.
probably be, and it's not really his arc because he actually shares it, and
Mhm.
that's the whole Saiyan Saga arc with Raditz and Nappa.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
and they call that the Saiyan arc. That's what that's
yeah.
called. So it's shared. It's a shared arc with all of them. But in terms of an
He's the cream of the crop though of that bunch though. So there's
uh,
that. But I get what you're saying.
yeah, for the most part. So but now I'm looking at Super, and this is where Abe, you still there? You've been quiet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
Okay.
listening to everything. Yeah.
So this is the part where yeah, even no, Pan had an episode. She didn't have an arc. Actually, no, that's not true. Pan had Dragon Ball GT. Wow, that's disgusting. So almost all of the Saiyans get an arc, but the Prince of All Saiyans does not get one, and that's crazy that the Prince of All Saiyans does not get one.
You think that's why he's pissed all the time?
But
He just doesn't get an arc.
that's definitely why he's pissed because he's not getting.
No, but let's put it in context why that is. We
Mhm.
know Toriyama's he doesn't have a disdain for Vegeta,
But he doesn't like
but
him.
yeah, but he has more of a like, he has set roles for these characters. It goes back to like how people see Gohan, they were upset they hadn't getting shine until recently. Now that he's getting shine, everybody's all up in arms like, "Oh yeah, Gohan's back," but he's more or less going to play his role in Super and going on forward. He's still a dad. He's still a scholar. And Toriyama said in many interviews that's how I saw that character building up. And You know, we never knew that. Like before, we just thought Gohan was going to be, A1 shit because of the Cell Saga, but that's not what Toriyama had in mind. So
The
everybody's
fans had
all,
a lot to do with that, though. Like to be fair, because Toriyama, he likes to please his fans.
Hmm.
Like
yeah,
Gohan was the guy, but everyone wanted Goku and Vegeta, so he kind of got put
yeah,
on the back burner. And like if he's gonna be a scholar, because I'm a Gohan guy too,
yeah,
but if he's gonna be a scholar, I'd rather him be like the best scholar. Like I remember one episode of Dragon Ball Super where like they were discussing like a strategy about like the first tournament that they had, and and Gohan, he had like no insight despite like all the years of studying. Piccolo's the one that had to create the strategy. So, if he's gonna be like a scholar, well, make him a good scholar. Make him be like the guy they go to for help, like Oracle for Batman, or no, Batman doesn't need help, but
yeah.
but
But you got,
you know what I mean though.
but
Yeah.
let me counter that. See, you're thinking properly, but most fans of Dragon Ball won't think that way.
Well, bigger,
They'll just
yeah.
they'll get angry. They'll kick and scream because their character is not the best. Just like Vegeta fans, like I get it. He's the Prince of all Saiyans. This motherfucker is always shouting he's the best. But let's be real, he's not the best. He's royalty, but he's not the best. But at the end of the day, everybody has their gripes. But we know how the show is gonna go, more or less. We're just waiting for the build up to each and every episode. But a lot of people, in the end of the day, want what they want. That's just human nature.
Mm.
So a lot of people don't apply that to these shows. They
I've
just
always
like,
felt that I've always felt it was more like sports. Like you have your own favorite team, and
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah. It's
favorite
Yes,
team
preference.
that's
loses, you
It's
get
exactly.
all
it's
pissed
always
off.
preference.
So like, and I always see things different. I always want like I don't care if my character loses, just as long as it benefits the story. And if it's not going to benefit the story, well then you're going to piss me off. But like what they did with Gohan, they made him spend like all that time training with the Grand Kai, and then he like after a couple episodes like Boo transforms and beats him. Like, like what was that all about?
Which I'm glad
Yeah,
that you guys are bringing this up because this is why I question what I said. Okay, so let's enter Super. Let's enter into Super. So
Sure.
first things first, something people are not realizing, right? And me and Abe will be the first to say this right now and get it because everyone's not getting this. Whether or not, it doesn't matter whether you like the opinion or not, whether or not you like it, GT is canon.
Yeah, I love GT. Like I know I'm a minority in that, but I've always loved GT. In fact, I was a mod back in like '97 on
Hmm.
a a popular Dragon Ball chat room, and everyone like loved GT when it first came out. I remember,
Yes,
and
in hindsight, they did them buried it.
and then they dubbed it. They English dubbed it, and then all of a sudden because they had that new music
Hmm.
and like the voice acting and it had a different aura, everyone just started trashing it.
And
And
then
I'm like,
and
what?
not only did they trash, not only did, well, it actually was deserving to get trashed because of they didn't just change the audio of the music, they also changed the entire context of GT. A lot of things are
Right.
said in the American version is not what was said in the Japanese, and it changes the whole context of GT completely. Things that are like why would they make him say that? He didn't say that. And it was a bunch of nonsense. It just because it went back to it went back to just riding Goku, and that's what the problem was. Like the whole situation. I'll pick a perfect saga for you, baby the baby saga, baby Vegeta saga, right? Now in the baby Vegeta saga, a lot of people think that baby gave Vegeta all that power. This is what people thought. Like Vegeta became that strong because Baby gave him that power. All right. And in the American dub, it suggests this, but in the Japanese dub, you know this not to be true. Let's say you took out the audio and there's no audio. The actions on the screen states that Baby accesses Vegeta's latent power that Vegeta has a problem accessing. How do we know this? Because Baby can't even beat Goten. Baby can't even beat Trunks. In fact, they showed you the fight where Baby was fighting Trunks. Baby is powerful. Baby can't, like, Baby got a hard time fighting Goku. So for Baby, Baby needed a stronger body. That's what he needed. And in order, Anonymous, thank you for the subscription, although you've subscribed before. Now, Baby gets Vegeta's body, and Baby realizes how powerful Vegeta actually is, and uses Vegeta's body to extract revenge on Goku. Right? In the English dub, it's Baby gives Vegeta all this power, and now he can fight Goku. If Baby had all that power, why didn't he just kill Goku back then by himself when he was in space? Like the common sense, not common sense, critical thinking would just tell you that. They're like, oh, Baby has all this power, so let him nearly Goku nearly kills him in their first interaction. Let him lose that fight, fly all the way to Earth, find someone weaker than him, give him all that power, and then beat Goku. No. Are you calling Akira Toriyama an idiot now? Like, why would you write that story? But I bring this up to mention something regarding like the entire dubs for that. When it's the same thing for Super. Super is getting dubbed, and a lot of things that were said in Super in Japanese is being retranslated and mistranslated so that a new narrative is written. Akira Toriyama has gone on record to say he does not like when America dubs the Dragon Ball series because they change a lot of the things that he puts. Like some of the things Goku says is not what Goku says. And it changes the way Goku as a character is. People don't understand that Goku is just as selfish, just as brash, just as prideful, just as egotistical as
Oh, for
Vegeta.
sure.
As Vegeta.
He's a Saiyan. He was a villain initially until he bumped his head. Like...
But even with his bumping of his head, he's still the same way. The difference
Yeah.
between him is he has one thing Vegeta does not have, and that's called consideration. That's the difference between Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta, well, old Vegeta, because new Vegeta actually has a consideration now because we've watched in the entire Dragon Ball sagas, Vegeta literally developed as a character. Vegeta has literally changed from the prideful Prince of All Saiyan to a more moderate, contemporary, conservative, considerate father. Like literally,
Yeah. And we know why though, because like anything else in real life, you're always a product of your environment. And
environment.
then you got Goku rubbing off on everybody, even though Goku got rubbed off by his grandpa Gohan. So it all falls in line with that, all the way back to Dragon Ball.
Exactly. So Goku is supposed to be like Vegeta, but his environment has tempered him to be human. Vegeta is supposed to just be Vegeta, but he's been influenced by. In fact, you know, so funny in the Majin Vegeta versus Goku fight, Vegeta tells you this. He says, "You've made me like this planet. I've gotten a family. I love my like." That's crazy. Like Vegeta would never do that, but Goku and Vegeta admits it. Goku changed who he is, and then now, I guess in this particular context, Bulma has definitely changed who Vegeta. My man is changing his daughter's diapers and being proud of it. Like that's crazy. Like Trunks was like, I can't do it, and my man said, move, and he changed it, and my man posed. He was like, yeah, Big Daddy style, like that. And I think that's cool. I like that about Vegeta as a character. But
Yeah.
when you look at Super, him taking his son, like why would they look what they did? They went all the way back to Dragon Ball Z where he promised Trunks, if you hit me, I take you out to a theme park. They use that to introduce Vegeta in Super. And he's like, Daddy, but you promised me the theme park. And episode 2 of Dragon Ball Super is Vegeta taking Trunks to the theme park. And Bulma all liking him up on him. Vegeta used to push Bulma away. Now he just lets it rock. And then
Hmm.
to even where in the future Trunks arc, right? When well, we all know about the rage when he's like, that's my Boomer, and then he rages out, or whether you've seen the movie or the saga. So he shows his love there. Then in the future, when Trunks is the only one alive, my man wants to fight Black because Black killed his wife, even if it's an alternate version of her. And my man came back and he put hands on him. And then when he turned into Supreme God Zamasu, and Supreme God Zamasu shot down the beam, and Vegeta and Goku protected Trunks and Mai and Bulma from the beam. And he was like, Trunks, get Bulma and Mai arm to safety. And Goku looked, he said, huh, you become one of the good guys, Vegeta. And he's like, shut up, Kakarot. And like, and that's another thing. Goku is a complete terrible influence on Vegeta. Vegeta hates that about Goku. Like it rubs off
He's
on
not the
him.
best father.
Well, that's true. He's not the
He's not
best.
the best husband either. He always ditches Chi-Chi. Like,
This is true. But Vegeta can understand where Goku's coming from in terms of ditching his wife, because trust me, he loves to ditch his wife when he can as well. Like, but the only difference is he has consideration for his wife, where Goku does not. That's the big difference to him. But when you yes, Goku cares for nothing but fighting strong fighters. That was Vegeta, but now that's no longer Vegeta. And it's like the character the character development of Vegeta is getting ridiculous. We all know what the end result is going to be, and this is something that me and Abe talked about. The end result is going to be is this, and people have to come to the exception of this. Dragon Ball Super, even if when you look into the intro, Dragon Ball Super, right, is about it's a go. It will always be about Goku. This is Goku. We know the beginning of Dragon Ball and we know the end. And even in Future Shock, which is the last Dragon Ball Z episode, right, ever put on TV, because they have a timeline of what actually happens with Goku and Vegeta in the end of time based on the actual video game, which Akira Toriyama says is canon. And I don't know if you guys know it.
which one are you talking about? Just so I know. Like
Xeno
which video?
Xenoverse. In the end, in the
I
very
haven't. Sorry, I haven't played any of them. Just to let you know. So
in
you have to fill me in.
the end of Xenoverse, Goku and Vegeta go to a distant galaxy to fight it out to get their last battle. This is when they're like age old now, and a supernova goes off and it destroys that entire galaxy, and Goku and Vegeta's never heard of after that. That's it. That's the
And that's supposed to be at the end of Dragon Ball Super
no,
or Dragon Ball Z.
that's the end of Dragon Ball.
Oh, like the whole series.
Yes, that's the end of Dragon
Okay.
Ball. Period. Goku and Vegeta, in terms of those characters, anyway. Those characters.
I'll have to like watch the cutscenes or something online.
Geekdom 101 did a thing about the whole like what happens to Tony saying that that's from Dragon Ball Online. Um, so Dragon Ball Online, Dragon Ball Online, they use, like, for instance, Tenshinhan has a school. In Dragon Ball Online, Tenshinhan had a school before they even showed Tenshinhan's school in Dragon Ball Super. Akira Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball Online, and so he wrote it. So these are all the things that he wrote to make it canon, like what, because he had no idea that they were gonna come back and do all of this other stuff. So he wrote those stories. Did he like program it? No, but he wrote those stories. And at the end, Goku and Vegeta fight, and that's why when you play the new Dragon, there's this new 2D Dragon Ball fighting game, not the one on the 3DS. Dragon Ball Hyper something, whatever, and it's mad godlike. It's all 2D and whatnot. And when you beat it
I
with
think I might have seen a trailer like a while back, but
the guy took the storyline from Akira Toriyama and put it in that game, and now they're making the game official. The game is actually becoming official. It got the approval of Akira Toriyama, Toei, Bandai, and everything, and the game is official. And Vegeta's end storyline is that him and Goku go at the end of time, or at the end of their time, because actually the universe continues to go on. But the last fight Vegeta has is with Goku, and in Vegeta's ending, they show you the galaxy that they blew up with it, and Vegeta survives, and it is implied that Vegeta kills Goku in the fight, but Vegeta barely survives the fight himself. That's Vegeta's ending.
huh.
Goku doesn't have that ending. Goku has a completely different ending, but Vegeta's ending is the end of time in Hyper, Dragon Ball Hyper, whatever. So you guys can look that up. But they took that storyline from Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Online, which Dragon Ball Super is taking stories from Dragon Ball Online and applying it to the Super arc. But that's the very, 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 very end. The point is that this is all about Goku, right? Now, I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, right? Because GT is canon. At the end of the day,
Well, Triforce, before you go any further, explain why you think GT or we feel is canon and on the side.
There's a lot of haters.
No,
Trust me, I've encountered them, and I don't start fights. So it's like,
No, not fights, but you can simplify it so
yeah,
people can
I'ma
understand why we
simplify it.
think this.
All right. So me and Gabe noticed something about Super when Super first started. When Akira Toriyama announced Super was coming out, when he announced it, Akira Toriyama says this takes place shortly after the Buu saga. People were arguing if it was a month, 6 months, a year. It doesn't matter. It took place right after they just killed Buu. It not no more than a year. Let's give it 12 months, right? There's an official time frame, but it's a year is not a lot of time to a Saiyan. It's really not a lot of time. So a year goes by after the death of Buu, right? Dragon Ball Super
Okay.
takes place in the timeline. It takes place at the end of Buu, but before the end of Z. So I don't know if people don't notice that what Akira Toriyama is trying to do. Super is an injected arc. It's an injected arc,
Yeah, that's
right?
why I always figured it, because that very last episode,
Uh,
like, I checked.
Wait, before we
Sorry.
go, let me correct somebody here. ZZXPZZ. Akira said it's not canon. Now, I don't know if you're talking about GT, but if you're talking about GT not being canon, you are absolutely 100% incorrect. Akira Toriyama never said GT was not canon. Those words never left Akira Toriyama's mouth. Anybody doesn't believe me? Google. Oh, I wish I was
Yeah,
looking.
the internet is at y'all's disposal.
Yeah,
If y'all know anything, Toriyama made the drawings, made a lot of concept art before, and
and
gave it
wrote
to
the
somebody
story.
else. And
And
then and then he said you could look at it as a side journey. He never
yes,
said it was not canon.
that's exactly. Gabe is 100% right. He never said when they asked him, "Is Dragon Ball GT canon?" He says, "I made Dragon Ball GT where you can look at it any which way you want to. You can, if for those who don't necessarily want it to look at it as a part of the Dragon Ball Z time lore, then consider it like a side adventure." But he was like, he wrote the story. He drew some of the designs for the character, and then he left it over to Toei and the new guy at that time. I forgot his name, Nubo, whatever his name is, and he's the one who did it. But when he's like, no, it's a part of the Dragon Ball universe. It's in that same timeline, which we're gonna get.
Yo,
Which
yo, try for
hit him with it.
let's
Let's just get
no
into it.
no, listen. Let me answer this guy's question. Your boy, the reason that characters in Super are starring in GT characters, because let's be real, Dragon Ball as a whole lore is plot hole filled, just like any anime or superhero anything.
It's true.
There's always going to be holes. There's always going to be stuff that don't make sense. It's all made up. So in the end of the day, you got to remember they're going to go any direction they want with it, even if it doesn't make perfect sense. So you always got to take stuff like this with a grain of salt. It's not perfect. Dragon Ball has never been perfect. So that's why a
Exactly.
lot of people
Oh, for
have
sure.
gripes and start kicking and screaming and complaining about things not looking right. Shit, hell, we're in real life and shit doesn't look right. So yeah, that applies into the show heavily.
and
So take it with a grain of salt.
I 100% agree with Abe on this, which puts us. Let's get into the next the part. Let's just get straight to it. Why is Dragon Ball GT canon? And this all has everything to do with the whole topic here. Akira Toriyama is not the best writer for one. He forgot no 17 and and launch was a thing. Exactly, exactly. But okay, so let's focus on it. So Dragon Ball Super, and this is funny because they just did an interview where they confirmed it now. They confirmed it then when they launched Dragon Ball Super, saying we're interjecting Super at the end of Buu, but before the end of the last World Tournament. So Super happens after Buu, but before the last World Tournament. Me and Gabe was like, okay, so we went to Dragon Ball Z episode 289. I need you guys to Google that. Look up Dragon Ball episode 289. And me and Gabe had a 3 hour conversation about this. Why would Boomer say that? And it's all about continuity issues. Boomer, no, Goku's training with Goten. He's washing his son, right? And then Trunks appears
Mhm.
with Vegeta, and Goku's like, Vegeta, what's going on? And blah 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 blah. And then he's like, we're gonna enter the world tournament, right? And then Vegeta says, no. Vegeta says to Goku, he's not too interested in entering the fight. So Goku says, you should join Vegeta. And he goes, why? And then Goku says, there is somebody who's who's very strong that can give us a match. And Vegeta's like, what? And Vegeta's like, who? And he's like, he's an android. He's like, no, 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 no. He's homegrown, earth grown. And he's like, impossible. No human can be that strong. And Bulma says, in context, quote me on this. You don't look up the Japanese version, the German version, the Latin American version, the US version. That is impossible, Goku. You and Vegeta are the strongest in the universe. That's what Bulma says. Now, when at the time it came out, I was like, why would Bulma say that? That makes absolutely no sense because Vegeta, when he fought Buu, was not at Goku's level. Goku's Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta could not deal with that. Joe Light, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Join in the conversation, man. Join in the conversation. So he says to him, wait a minute, what does that put us at? That puts us at 195. Wow. Oh, good. $5 more and we hit the $200 mark. So anyway, so then Vegeta, when you look at the situation, the look at Dragon Ball Z going into GT. GT, Vegeta still wanted to fight Goku, even when Goku was in his kid form. Vegeta wanted to fight Goku at the World Tournament at the end of Dragon Ball Z, when they were slated to
Yeah.
go and fight each other until Goku ran into Oob. Now, I always wonder, why would Bulma say that Vegeta and Goku's the strongest in the universe when it's not true? It's just Goku's the strongest in the universe. When you look at Super, who do they match Goku with? Who's the only person that can turn Super Saiyan Blue? And they plot hole. This is what I'm talking about. Bad writing. Um,
Hmm.
Triforce, how do you donate? Look into the description of the channel. You see the donation link. You click it, and it's pretty much easy. You can donate whether through a bank account or through PayPal. If you're having a problem with the donation, go to the front page of the channel. You'll see the PayPal logo. Click it. They give you a bank card option or a direct PayPal donation option. Uh, anyway, so Vegeta's now where did I last left off? Yes, Vegeta turned Super Saiyan Blue. Talk about bad writing, like talk about what Gabe's talking about, like imperfect. They don't even explain why turns Vegeta skips past the ritual of Super Saiyan God and becomes blue. That's like terrible writing. Now in the manga, it's explained. In the manga, Nuba Nora, or I can't pronounce his name, the guy who's writing Dragon Ball now for Akira Toriyama, he explains how Vegeta becomes that strong. It's because it's in his bloodline. The Super Saiyan God is in the bloodline, so Vegeta was able to tap into his bloodline power. It's sad. Mastars was able to even get it right, where Akira Toriyama in the anime does not express this. It's just implied that Toyora, oh my goodness, that's his name. Torataro. There he goes. Torataro. Okay. Torataro. Thank you. So Torataro now explains it better in the manga. That's why I like the manga. The manga gives more detail. The manga explains the whole time traveling thing way better than the anime. The manga explains Goku versus Hit fight way better because they actually in the manga Hit is not that powerful. In the anime, Hit put up his dukes against Champa. Beat it. That was so stupid. Get out of here with that. My man Champa's like, I'm going to destroy you. My man put up his hands. Get out of here with that. I'm like, all right, come on. Let's be real. Like, they just make bad decisions when they do certain things in the anime. It's just terrible. The whole timeline thing about the going back and forth, that was stupid in the manga. And the sad part is the manga shows you less, but it's more concise and consistent. So in the manga, they show you things about Vegeta, why Vegeta is actually strong enough to actually beat what's this guy's name? Black. They didn't show like Black doesn't get stronger after Vegeta washes him. Black just merges after Vegeta washes him in the manga. In the anime, after Vegeta comes back and bodies him, he gets stronger. beat it. All these little stupid things that they do. But the manga is supposed to be like, think of the manga like a guide for the hardcore who really want to get the continuity down pat. Follow the manga. If you're just a fan and you just want to enjoy Kaioken 100, watch the manga. If that's what if you want, you just want a ha fest and just nonsense going on and big bright colors and blues and reds and yellows and greens, purple hearts, blue diamonds, yellow moons, orange stars,
Purple
and
Heart.
green clovers. You want all of that? The anime got that for you. Trust me. It's
Turn
all
them into Care Bears.
yeah, it's a straight gummy bear, Care Bears, Lucky Charms. It's all that's the anime is really fan service, to be honest with you, because they don't.
That's exactly what I've always said about Dragon Ball Super, because they're literally shoving every single character into this show, like including Ginyu.
Yes.
Do you remember when? Ginyu took over Goku's body back in the Namek saga, and he couldn't handle the power, and
Yes.
then you fast forward, and he takes over an even powerful guy, like a guy that's like could take out Piccolo apparently, and all of a sudden like he could use it no problem. Like there's all these like inconsistencies. I don't know if they said anything different in the manga, because I haven't read them, but like from my perspective, I'm just saying, like, it's not that I hate it. Like, I'm trying to like it. It's just that they shove so much in it.
Exactly.
It has poor pacing.
Very poor pacing. And then here's one of the major issues. And who's this guy who wrote that? Where did he write it? Tony. Tony ZX. Tony ZX best states it, right? One of the main reasons why the continuity and the consistency of the writing is poor is because it's not following its traditional format. The traditional, hey, Joe Light, don't know much about Dragon Ball Super, but I'm enjoying this. Oh, we haven't gotten to the good part yet, Joe Light, and thank you for the donation. We haven't gotten to the good part yet.
I don't want to interrupt you, but like Flame Wheel makes probably one of the best points I've heard in a while, and he says it's based on nostalgia, and I kind of think of, since I'm from an older generation and I grew up from all the other ones grew up with Dragon Ball Z, so like and even after, so they're finally getting a chance to actually experience like a live Dragon Ball episode, so that's probably why they're super hype. And
if you listen to Geekdom 101, especially his recent video, his review of episode 90 today, shows that it's all based on nostalgia. My man nearly orgasmed himself. He was, listen to Geekdom 101's newest review on episode 90, and my man he's going ham because of the nostalgia. And this is where me and Abe really can't necessarily get behind some of these guys, because they don't understand that despite the mistakes, despite the nostalgia, despite all of those things, like, there's actually, when you really try to if you try not to be a fanboy, like, I'm a Vegeta fanboy, but I don't mark out to Vegeta. Like, I don't want Vegeta to become godlike just because I'm a fan. No, if you can't write a plausible way for Vegeta to become godlike, don't do it. I do not want the continuity to be spoiled because you're just trying to give me fan service. That's actually it's disrespectful, actually.
I'll let you do it's just like wrestlers when they come back from like let's say like a Ric Flair who had like an amazing career, or a Hulk Hogan, and then they come back and they kind of deteriorate their career because like
it's exactly like that. It's like Ric Flair coming back and he beats the Undertaker. What?
Or loses a bunch of matches to some random guy, just to get him over. So I understand what you're saying. I totally agree.
Yes. No, we're not saying Geekdom. Just to let it be known, I'm not actually dissing Geekdom. Geekdom is very credible. The man makes sure he's like the Julian Assange for Dragon Ball. He only works with credible information and so forth. So that's the case with him. So, but in his newest review, my man was jizzing himself on Gohan. But it was a godlike episode today, though, so I can't even front. But
yeah, we could talk about that if you want. I saw it myself, and I'm a Gohan guy, so
yeah, we're gonna get into that. Tony is right. They usually use the manga as a source material and then build the anime off of it. But in this era of Super, it's like there's another source. The source no longer is the manga. The source is Akira Toriyama script. and then the manga and the anime is developed separately. And this is why you're getting these massive inconsistencies in the story, especially with the anime. And most of that stuff has to be fixed in the manga. Which is like literally the manga is now behind. In fact, that's actually unheard of. It traditionally the manga comes out first and then the anime comes out after. Now it's in Dragon Ball, it's the anime comes out first and the manga comes out after, which just goes to show you from a business standpoint, Toei and them have compromised the integrity of Dragon Ball. To them, this is about money. The anime makes money. The movies make money. The cartoons make money. The toys make money. The games make money. So all of those things will come out first, and the manga is last, dead last. The manga is dead last, just because those things make money. So it's about money to them, and we're seeing all these inconsistencies from bad drawings, all types of nonsense. But thank you for Torotaro for going ham on the manga, cause like no, it's not Torotaro who does the manga. I forgot the guy. What's the name of the guy who does the manga? What's the name of the actual guy who does the manga? I think that the manga should
It
surpass
took.
anime. No, the manga traditionally the manga is supposed to be ahead of the anime, but it's not going to come against. It's not the anime. The manga is not going to come against ahead of the anime. It's not. So getting back to this now. So because I keep digressing. So let's go back to the whole situation. So when Bulma says that, the way I look at Super is this: we need to not us, but they need to get Vegeta on par with Goku so that the statement that Bulma makes is true. In the American version, she says you and Goku. She said Vegeta and Goku are the best in the whole universe. She's like, you two are the best in the universe, right? Oh, it's Torotaro, right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, it is Torotaro. All right, so for in this regard, now if you look at the end of Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super leads into GT. This is the part I can't stand about fans, right? Look, you don't have to like GT, guys. You don't. Um, you can
You
say,
don't have to like. Everyone
yeah,
has their taste.
everyone has a taste. You can say GT suck, but to sit here and say GT is not canon, you're an idiot. I'm literally calling you an idiot on stream. You are an idiot, and let me explain why I'm calling you an idiot. So for all the fans who don't know anything about anything, for all the fans who don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z and GT, I'm going to explain to you a scenario, and you're going to like, well then yeah, it is a part of GT then. GT is canon. It's just so stupid. Watch this. The last 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, everything in it is referenced in the first episode. Literally. Oh, Nightmare is the man. Hold on for a second. Okay, thank you, Nightmare. I'll put that in the chat. You probably tried to put that in the chat and didn't get it, and didn't get a chance to do this. So Nightmare went and got the actual interview from Akira Toriyama. Bam, that's the official interview from Akira Toriyama talking about GT. For those who keep saying that,
Really,
yes, that Kanzenshuu is the number one site in the world for all the official Dragon Ball stuff.
I've been there, but I don't visit it consistently. That's
I'm signed up and everything, and I've been talking in the forums and
cool.
everything, and it tells you that he's like, what are y'all talking about? Like, it is canon. But in any event, all 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z that ended with the World Tournament, the meeting of Oob, all of that, flying away with Oob to train with Oob and everything, begins in episode 1 of GT. Goku goes, I'm going to fly and we're going to go to and train in Kami's Lookout and power you up. In the first episode of Dragon Ball GT, Goku is in the same clothes he flew away with Oob, who looks the same way in the same clothes that they flew away from the World Martial Arts Tournament, and they're training in the Lookout. And then the people are talking about what happened at the last tournament and the whole 9 yards. Then the entire story arc changes because Pilaf and them wish Goku back to a kid, and then they have to scatter throughout the entire galaxy to go find the Dragon Balls to give Goku his adult body back. That's Dragon Ball GT, but it's referenced from Z. This is what it is. So how can people say it's not canon? The whole show is referenced from Z, just like Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super takes a lot of references from Dragon Ball Z. That's what makes it canon. It's
I
referencing its previous arc. No, I'm Saga.
I have since you're an old school Dragon Ball fan like me.
Yeah.
When did you first watch GT? Was it like when
When
it
it first
first
came out,
came out?
of
Like
course,
yeah, like me. This,
VHS.
yeah. Since I was a data entry operator, I'm really good at finding information. I actually found it on the internet. A person had it. I don't know who did it, but it was on Japanese TV, and my memory could be so fuzzy, and I could be 100% wrong about this. But I remember at the very, very end of Dragon Ball Z, when Oob flew off of Goku, there was they said "See you in Dragon Ball GT."
Yes.
But then when I checked back to the newer stuff,
They
and
omitted
yeah, I'm just making sure it's confirmed or not, or if I'm hallucinating.
No. They told you that they were gonna continue the saga in GT. It
Yeah,
told you that. Now they tried to retcon it. Now someone says, listen to what he says. Dragon Ball GT is a side story. It's not canon. Do you know what the word? All right. First of all, okay, because here's the problem that we're having. People misunderstand the word canon. So we have to understand what canon means. Canon means a part of the main story. That's what canon means, right? So here's an example. Universe 6. The things that are happening in Universe 6 with Kaba and them, that's canon. What does it have to do? What does Kaba and his people fighting in the Universal Tournament have anything to do with Earth? In Goku's universe, there's nothing. So why is it canon? Because it's a part of the omniverse. Just because it's not, like, people misunderstand what canon actually means. Let me use a better example. I'm gonna use a better example. We'll use the Zelda timeline. Everyone goes, the cartoons are not canon. The cartoons are part of the adventures of Link. It's a part of the main timeline. Is it canon to the to the respects of what happened in Ocarina of Time? Does it have any relation to Ocarina of Time? No, because that was a different part in the timeline with it. No, so it's not necessarily canon. What does Goku in Dragon Ball have anything to do with Goku in Super? Nothing. Goku in Dragon Ball was a kid, and Goku in Super is an adult. Now they reference some things like the Mafuba and stuff like when he was younger, when he used to play with train with Krillin and stuff like that. So yes, that's what makes Dragon Ball canon to the whole timeline. GT is in the future. Everyone is older. It's canon. It's not an alternate universe. It's not a secondary timeline. It's a part of the main timeline. Which Goku is that? Who's that Goku? That's the Goku that left the. Is that Goku that left the that trained with Oob, that was fighting Oob in the last World Martial Arts Tournament? Is that the same Goku in Dragon Ball GT? Yes, then it's canon. Why can't you people accept that? You don't have to like GT. It's okay to say it. GT sucks though. Okay, yeah, it does suck. Like the CDI games, they suck because of the graphics and stuff. Yes, they do suck, but it's canon. Like, what's wrong with you people? Just because you don't
I never understood why like everyone's so adamant about it. That's the thing that confuses me because
Okay,
I don't know if it's a fad or what. Like,
watch this. Okay, let me break it down. Let me break it down to something more.
okay,
Cloud outside. No, we're just gonna call him Cold. I said Cloud. Cold. Watch this. Akira Toriyama said it's a side story. Side story to what? If you make a side story, it has to be a side story to something. So what's a side story? He didn't say it was an alternate story. He says a side story. Does not mean it's a side story to the canon? Yeah, right? Then it makes a canon. If it's a side story to the canon, it's a canon. Like, this is what I'm talking. He didn't say it's an alternate story. He didn't say it's an alternate timeline. He didn't say it's an alternate universe. He didn't say it's an alternate reality. He says it's a side story. So it's a side story to the canon. For instance, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. They put a side story in it called Palace of the Four Swords. That's canon. Okay, let's use a modern version. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is going to get a DLC which has a new quest in it. That's a side story to the main game. So what you're gonna say the DLC is not canon? That's literally what people are saying. Oh well, the DLC in Breath of the Wild is not canon. This is why lore is very important. Fandom isn't. This is why I can't deal with people who are fans. Yeah, I'm into lores. That's why I call it the order of time lore. I like watching the lore of the universe and putting it together, not what I like. Okay, do I like when they always sun Vegeta? No. Am I going to say, oh well, Vegeta lost the fight to Hit. He shouldn't have lost, so it's not it's not canon. What? The Kais are fused. First of all, ZZ. First of all, ZZ. Yes, no, no, but this has everything to do with Vegeta because a GT is important so that you can understand what's happening. I know Xenoverse is also a side story. First of all, Xenoverse is the ultimate side story. Xenoverse is the justification to make all things canon. What you guys don't understand is this: is that Dragon Ball needs a plausible reason to make Broly and all these sellable characters canon. And Xenoverse allows them to do that because they just make up all, they connect all the first of all, Dragon Ball Super makes everything canon because Dragon Ball Super connects all timelines, connects all universes, along with the Xenoverse game. So everything is canon. Everything is canon. Oh well, future Trunks is from a different timeline. He comes into the main timeline. If they really wanted to, you know what they could say? Broly's still alive. Oh, Broly's in the movies. Broly's from the future Trunk timeline. Before Goku died on Earth, that's when they fought Broly. That's all they have to say. That's when they fought Broly. Remember when Gohan died? Gohan died when Gohan was it wasn't even Teen Gohan. It was adult Gohan. So they can even write Broly 1 and Broly 2 in the future Trunks arc before Goku died, before the heart attack happened. They never showed you like which androids killed Goku with the heart attack. They never told you when specifically the heart attack happened. They could have simply said the heart in the alternate. Watch how Triforce writes the Broly into the storyline. So Goku exists. Broly comes, the guy comes to planet Earth. The Broly movie happens. They go out there, they fight Broly. All of that stuff happens. They come back to Earth, right? When they come back to Earth, Goku suffers a heart attack. He dies. That's why Goku is dead in the second Broly movie because he died of a heart attack, right? But Trunks hasn't grown up yet. He's still Kid Trunks in that timeline, so he hasn't even reached to Teen Trunks where Gohan lost his arm to those androids. So that's a plausible storyline. So now Goten and them is Kamehameha and they fighting and whatever the case may be, and they fight in Broly and Goku comes back from heaven because they wished him back with the Dragon Balls when Goten said, I wish Dad was here. He comes back, he helps him push Broly into the sun. Broly doesn't really die in the sun. Some character comes and takes Broly before he's completely disintegrated and heals him and whatnot. And when in the future Trunks timeline, when Zeno comes to destroy the universe, they remove Broly from that whole universe and bring him to another universe now. And he still remembers Kakarot. And now because he went into the sun and he nearly died, he got the ultimate Zenkai boost, and it can justify God Broly. All that time in the future timeline, Broly was missing is because Broly was training up, and they can reintroduce him into this new into Dragon Ball Super and just bring back Broly if they so chose, and it's all plausible. It's not like some made up written nonsense. They could just say, "Oh, all the movies take place in the alternate timeline." That's it. That's all they have to necessarily say. And with the exception of with the exception like the Universe 10's universe has no, it doesn't because he came into so he went into another timeline. Crazy. So the timeline where Goku gets killed by Zamatsu, that could be the timeline where Goku fights Janemba because he's Super Saiyan 3 there. And whatnot. If they truly wanted to do this, they could just break up time blocks, and put the movies into the time blocks to justify everything. And who they want to bring back, who they want to put in, out. What? Look at this. Frieza's coming back. They're just writing these things. I think, like Abe said earlier, yo guys, it's fictional. They can write what they want. It's just
Yeah, see that's where people gotta connect the bullshit and then their preference and put it aside and understand how this is working. It's just like comic books. They have timelines out the ass for Marvel and DC. So it's like you can do whatever you want.
Want
Like so, in the
exactly.
it doesn't have to make sense, to be honest. But everybody wants it to make sense because we fell in love with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z so much. That is the standard, and the manga is Bible for everybody. But it's not Bible no more. Geekdom 101 touched on this plenty of times. He says there's so much retconning, so many plot holes in Super that it's like, okay, so what's the real truth? Look at the fucking Patar earrings. They retcon that shit, so Geekdom 101 is up in arms. And no hate to Geekdom 101. He's a great, YouTuber and talks about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball lore extensively. But it's like you see where all the bullshit is coming in. It's
Hmm.
just it took us this long to understand it. Minus our fandom for the show. Yes, everybody has their
I
preference and their
just
love for the show, but you got to like tone the bullshit down yourself. Just
I just
tone
like
it
Exactly.
to
all
point out
down.
I just like to point out, like, even before Super even started, as soon as I heard it, like, I was against it. And I was also against the Dragon Ball Evolution movie when everyone wanted it to be all live action.
Well,
Reason being is
we were
because there's
all
like
against that.
500,
We were all against that.
okay, but there's like 500 episodes, like, and if you want to rewatch everything, like, it's a lot of stuff.
Okay,
That
so I'm gonna answer somebody's or somebody's comment. Ouija says maybe all the movies are a hallucination. Not necessary. Just like Akira Toriyama said in that interview, you could look at it as a side story. These movies were great side stories because they don't have time to put all these great adventures in one big series and make it all like fit in for y'all to be like, oh yeah, Akira Toriyama made it in manga, so it's all Bible. No, like it goes back to what we were just talking about a few seconds ago. It doesn't have to be by the stupid fucking manga. That shit is done with. That was back in the day. We're a lot younger, and a lot of us weren't like dumb and young. Now that we're grown fucking men, and some are barely in their 20s and 19 years old, you should be able to fucking comprehend that they can change it whenever they fucking want.
exactly. Now, when you so one guy says one guy I'm reading this guy's comment right here. He says that from the way Akira talks about GT in that interview, it's optional. The fact that it's optional means it's canon. Because if it's not, he never said it wasn't canon. That's the whole point we're making. And if he does not say it's not canon, then it's canon. It has to be one or the other. Now he's giving you the option if you want to look at it as just something completely different from Dragon Ball Z, then that's up to you. That's your choice. But the reality is that he wrote that story to be a continuation of Z. That's what he wrote it for. You can
See,
choose
look,
to see it as a
pe-
side thing, but that's not what it is.
yeah, and see, there's people in the comments that understand. See, it's about money, and also too, they did leave it open for a parallel universe for GT to still exist, so it can go either way. So whether
That's a smart thing to do.
yeah, they
Sure.
can go either way. They can make GT, canon, so people will be like, oh shit, it is canon. Oh, I look like a dumbass, or they can do something different. But at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want. Is my point. The point that I'm trying to make to people who don't understand or don't like GT. Okay, you don't like it. That's your preference. But they can do whatever they want to this show, and it's about money in the end. You know,
Now,
that's about it.
here's the
If you
thing.
don't
Now,
like it, don't watch it. Enough said.
exactly, and you're gonna watch it because you can just
Yeah,
it's Dragon
you've
Ball.
been you've been around this long watching, and of course you're gonna watch it. Whether you think it's trash or not, you're gonna watch it just so you could be biased as fuck and keep bringing up the manga from back in the day. Like I said, that shit doesn't matter anymore. The rules have changed like very, very, very big.
Now, the
So
thing is, I think that they're trying to make continuative omniverse, and I think it's all canon. The reason you have to think about the timing. Look at the timing of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And when you play Xenoverse literally explains the entire omniverse in one continuative thing and makes it all canon. Like Xenoverse literally does that. Like me and Abe was talking about the end of Dragon Ball. No, the end of Trunks arc is gonna be put to a situation where Trunks is going to become a time guardian. We both knew this before the Trunks arc even ended, and guess what ended up happening? They blew up Trunks' universe. Now he has to go find another universe. He has to take the time machine and he has to fly somewhere. What you know about Trunks? This is what Trunks' thing was, and they left the end so open ended for them to do what they need to do with Trunks. Trunks leaves off in his time machine, and I bet you the time master, that little girl in Xenoverse, catches up with Trunks, and she's like, to make up for your sins because you have no universe to live in and no time to belong to because your time's been destroyed. Come a time guardian with for us in Xenoverse. And now Trunks is a time guardian in Xenoverse. That's it. That's it. It's that easy to write it in. They could write anything, which is my entire point. In the end,
Yeah.
Goku and Vegeta become the two most strongest person. Even in GT, it came down to them become Super Saiyan 4s together. So the ideal here is this, and this is what I think, and this is why I brought up the whole thing with GT. This is what I think. The question was asked, how do we justify getting Vegeta to the same level as Goku? And that's what they use that's what they use the movie for, and that's what they use the Dragon Ball Super arc for. All of this is to show how Vegeta becomes at the same level as Goku, because what's trending in anime is two main heroes, from Naruto to Attack on Titans to Hero Academy to all of the animes. It's no longer one singular guy that does it all anymore. There's always the main character and the partner, not even a sidekick, the partner. There is a sidekick, but the main character always has someone. And I call this the world finest syndrome. This is taken strictly from DC, Batman and Superman. This is what's stolen from. It's Batman and Superman, Ryu and Ken, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Hmm.
It's no longer,
Yeah.
because you know why, and I'll tell you why they do this. Because it allows the writer room to expand and not let things become bored and tedious. One of the biggest problems Superman always had back in the old days was, you know that Superman is just going to win. That's that. At the end
The
of the
thing that
day, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, but
it's over.
that's just because Superman, just like Goku has plot armor, Superman has, just
Su-
the Boy Scout superhero armor. So that's the only
I,
reason that's gonna happen.
Yes.
I'm a massive Superman fan, and the misconception with Superman, and even Superman fans today that like the Man of Steel and stuff, they kind of miss out the point of Superman. He's not about the fighting. He's not about any of that. He's more about trying to fit in
Yes.
and do what's right.
No, no.
It's basically the story around him that makes it
Su-
interesting.
Superman's
It's not about all his powers. It's about him not using the powers.
Superman's greatest weakness is his morale.
Yeah.
That's Superman's greatest weakness. And guess what? Batman's greatest weakness is he doesn't have any superpowers, but he has all the morale and intelligence in the world. So this weakness that Superman has, Batman excels at, and the weakness Batman has,
Hmm.
Superman excels at, and that's what makes the two so godlike working together. It's just like Sasuke and Naruto. It's just like Vegeta and Goku, and that story is far better than an individual hero who just gets the job done. This is why, in a sense, this is why we're going to dissect for a second here. One Punch Man is whack. But, wait,
I just got. Okay, I'll let you.
wait. But, I see what they're doing with One Punch Man. I'm telling you guys right now, there's a season 3 coming. One Punch Man is going to turn out to be God tier. One Punch Man actually may be on par with Dragon Ball one day if they do what I think they're going to do. And in the recent episode, I don't know if you guys see it, Suryu, that I'm mispronouncing his name. The martial art that the guy that was at the grand finals of the tournament with with One Punch Man, Saitama, and he lost. That guy was an arrogant, cocky, superpowered human, had all the girls rich, and he didn't care about being a hero. He thought it was stupid or whatever. But in the last few mangas that they've written, yo, they have shown the mortality of this guy, and he has been humble, hard body. He knows fear, he knows death, he knows despair, because what just happened. And yo, I like what they're doing with this character. They are going to make this guy, if if they were smart, if they were smart, after Saitama's gonna save him. But after this fight with Saitama, or after Saitama saves him, make him vanish for a while. He goes into train. Yes, sorry.
No,
After this fight with Saitama, no, after this thing with Saitama, they should let him disappear, train, and then reintroduce the character at the same level as Saitama or close to Saitama, and it'll be Suryu and Saitama, and then by them doing this, what they can plausibly do now is create bad guys that are actually stronger than Saitama. The one of the things about Saitama that's getting old now is that you know when he steps on the scene, the enemy is a dead man. And it's not even by there's no form of tension when Saitama is fighting these bad guys. It's like Saitama's here, he's dead. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's like 10-0 matchup when he appears. But anyways, enough of the
Yeah,
tangent shit. Let's
yeah.
get back to
no,
Super.
Yeah.
I just want to make one point before I go on. I actually did I'm not a big fan of One Man Punch or whatever, but I actually did this training today. I did the whole 10K. I did the 100 push-ups. I did the 100 squats. I did the 100 sit-ups. I also ate the banana. No air conditioning.
Oh wow, and nothing happened. Saitama,
Well,
Saitama,
my knees hurt. My knees hurt.
Saitama's a liar then. Like, but yeah. So
They're
so
asking, what do you think about Gohan saying he's gonna use a new form unlike anyone else has seen? What do you think it will look like? That's
um
their question.
okay, so like I said, going back to Vegeta. Now, okay, guys, there is a more. Oh, so me and Abe had this conversation about key levels, and the reason why everyone does not understand why is that like everyone's like, yo, the whole key thing is messed up or the power levels is messed up is because you're comparing God key to mortal key. The highest level mortal key is Kid Buu. Um, yeah, Kid Buu's the highest level mortal key, right? No, yeah, yeah, he is. He actually is. Um, After that, wherever Kid Buu stops at, then you have your levels from there. So it's Kid Buu. After Kid Buu, it would be Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then your tier list goes down from there. Or based on Super, it would then now be actually, yeah, it wouldn't be it actually wouldn't be Kid Buu. It would be Super Saiyan, Super Saiyajin Ikaruga, no, Super Saiyan Rage Trunks.
Mystic Gohan was pretty powerful in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's
Like you're saying, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like Ultimate Gohan or Mystic Gohan, wherever you want to call him, was actually pretty up there. I know that.
Rage. We don't know where Rage fits in all of this. I would assume Rage is stronger. I don't know because this is the hard part. This is why I'm gonna have this conversation with Abe because we have to figure out something now because of the continuity of all of this. All right, everyone's like, yo, Super Saiyan Rage Trunks was could fight um Super Saiyan Rose Goku. No, stupid. Did you not read what Goku Black said? He was like, "You almost bruised me." Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. Let me explain this to you guys. Super Saiyan Rage Trunks did an all-out burn-out Gallic gun to Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and then said he doesn't have enough power left, so he's going to destroy. He grabbed Zamasu, hemmed him up, and said, I'm going to detonate myself and kill you. Raquel, what's going on, Raquel? Thank you for the subscription. Then, And yeah, Cole, don't we'll talk about the Super Saiyan White, and because that ends the whole conversation. You jumped too far ahead. I was saving that for last, man. Come on, man. Anyway, um, so Black came back and was like, "You almost bruised me. Get out of here." So Super Saiyan Rose is stronger than well, Super Saiyan Rose was stronger than Goku at one point. Now Goku's stronger than Super Saiyan Rose. So Gohan, I don't know. I think this Gohan is stronger than Future Trunks now. I think this version this is like grade 2 Ultimate Gohan. I think
I
this
don't think Gohan's as powerful as he was in Z though right now. I think he needs more.
nah he is. My
He's more tactical because he's been with Piccolo, but like
the
I
reason
mean in terms of like
the reason why I say this is because Ultimate Gohan fought Super Saiyan 2 Goku. And watch this now, right? Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Super Saiyan 2 Goku still has God Key in him. It's not like these guys are not using their God essence or whatever. He was completely unsatisfied with fighting his father. That's Super Saiyan 2. The Super Saiyan 2 grade that Goku's at is what Vegeta was at when he was fighting Beerus because he slapped Boomer. And that Super Saiyan Rage Vegeta is way stronger than Ultimate Gohan. So the Ultimate Gohan has to be stronger. Now, on top of that, Gohan literally took a blow from Super Saiyajin Blue Kaioken and lived. Nah, he's pretty diesel. He's pretty diesel. He's pretty diesel. And that
you
Goku,
got you got to remember though
mm,
with the Gohan is like he never had much training though. So like in between that time, how much of the training that
no,
did he
no,
have? Like was it a few months?
you're equating training. What you're doing is you're equating training with time is irrelevant in Dragon Ball. If the writers wanted to, they
Okay.
could say a guy can just get powerful in a day, and that's just that. You just got to deal with it.
Uh,
You see what I'm saying?
but
Remember, Piccolo is stronger than the Super Saiyan 2. Piccolo was washing Super Saiyan 2 um, Gohan. And
my
we,
my point was though
mm,
is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z didn't have interactions with like Goku except for like the false version of him inside Buu. Like he didn't have interactions with like Piccolo and like in terms of fighting.
yes, but
He only fought like Boo, and that was it, pretty well.
what we're trying to say is that the ultimate Gohan here is definitely stronger than the ultimate Gohan back then. And he's looking to even go further. The fact that he was even able to keep up with his modernized because see what people don't understand is that when they see Goku and Vegeta turn into Super Saiyan, when they see Goku and Vegeta turn into Super Saiyan, everyone's thinking that this is the Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z, and people need to stop thinking that this is a different Super Saiyan. These Super Saiyan, Goku had when Goku fought Beerus and he lost his so-called Super Saiyan God power and he turned into Super Saiyan, he was fighting Beerus as a Super Saiyan with the God power. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're just God powers with their Super Saiyan on. That's it. So they still have the Super Saiyan power, the God power in them. So now the fact that Gohan's even when Gohan fought in the Super Arc, Gohan fought Goku as Great Saiyaman. Remember that fight? And Goku had just turned
Hmm.
Super Saiyan 2. He didn't no Super Saiyan. He didn't even turn Super Saiyan 2. He just turned Super Saiyan. When Goku moved, Great Saiyaman Gohan was like, he's even faster. What do you
Oh, did he? I don't remember the episode. That's probably why.
he was like, what do you what but where's that reference coming from? Is he not referencing Super Saiyan Goku when they turned Super Saiyan at the first time? That's because Goku and Vegeta's Super Saiyan grades are Goku and Vegeta has because of their God key have mastered Super Saiyan. They have mastered Super Saiyan 2, especially Vegeta. Vegeta mastered Super Saiyan 2 before he even turned God mode. Super's mastery of Super Saiyan 2 is when he fought Beerus. Actually, not true. He mastered it at the time. Trunks mastered Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2's mastery is Super Saiyan Rage. That's the mastery of Super Saiyan 2. No drawbacks of Super Saiyan 3, no nothing. Super Saiyan Rage is even stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Or actually, Super Saiyan Rage could be just not even 2. That could just be beyond. That's a grade before you get to Super Saiyan 4. Um, but the point I'm trying to make is this: is that Gohan, let's for right now until we further notice, Gohan is on the same grade level as Trunks in terms of their power. But anyone who was really thinking that Gohan was putting up a fight with his father, Gohan kept saying, "Show me your true power. Show me your true power. Show me your true power." That means Goku in that entire fight in today's episode was sandbagging, dumb hard. Like, and that's another thing.
Hmm.
People don't read the context. No one's reading the context to the show. Why is Gohan asking his father? He even said, "Dad, take this seriously," and got decked in his face for saying that. That means Goku was never taking the fight seriously. Ultimate Gohan at his full power. He powered up and said, "This is my full power." And then he was asking his father to take the fight seriously. Come on. Come on. So anyone who was expecting Gohan to hold his own against Goku, no. This is what I'm
Oh, I
talking
didn't. Like if you're asking me, I knew Goku would always like right now at this point in time, Goku's way above him.
and everyone was, and then now you have these people, and this is what I'm talking about, fan service, and people not looking at the lore, people not looking at the continuity, people's entire concept of Dragon Ball and all of that is completely off. Their whole thing is off. They completely don't even understand what they even watching. This is what they like. They saw all the sparkling and the lights and the and the screaming and whatnot. And even when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, Goku's disrespecting him.
You
Some
know what it
people,
reminded me of though?
what?
It reminded me of when you remember when they were training in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah,
Gohan always kept like saying, "Come at me with all you got." Like,
and Goku never did. Never.
No, because Goku just wants to see where Gohan's mind and heart is, because he's always told Gohan, you have it in you, just like Vegeta has it in him to go beyond what he is now, but it just never comes out because Gohan is not that fighter. He's not his dad, and he's definitely not Vegeta. So
See,
it's two different things.
it's like Kisan said.
what
Goku,
Kisan said.
yeah, Goku
It's
cared
just
too
funny.
much to risk killing his son. And the thing is, Gohan wants Goku to come full power to try to kill him. But Goku's punch nearly killed his son. His son nearly died. You saw his eyes? My man nearly got killed. One punch. Like he didn't even do anything. It was one punch and it nearly killed him. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we now know where Gohan is. The Gohan you see now is the most powerful Gohan ever. I'm talking about ever. And they even said that he's even going to try to become stronger than even that. So this is something.
Yeah, because they have to build and give him his shine like they did Trunks, but we don't know what that is. And then even then, he's still gonna fall back under rank. There's still a ranking here. People keep looking at this like, oh my God, Gohan's back. He's gonna pull some Cell Saga shit. Like, come on, chill the fuck out.
No, that's
Y'all
not
are
what.
gonna be happy, and that's gonna be it. Just like Trunks, that's how it's going to be.
Exactly. This is called fan service. The reason why they did all of that stuff for
Yeah.
Trunks is for the future Trunks arc fans. It's fan service, but it was never meant. Trunks was never meant to be able to kill Zamasu. Like, are you kidding me? Like, he tickled Black. Black was like, "What? Okay, and then he washed him and then he killed him after that with ease." So
You think
now,
they might throw in a twist though this time around?
hmm?
Like with the whole like if we're predicting that Gohan's gonna be like it's gonna be a repeat of the perfect cell thing, is there gonna be any twists this time, you think?
This is what I think is gonna happen. Triforce doesn't want to spoil it. This is what me and Abe was trying to get at the whole time. The ending of Dragon Ball Super is gonna be about Gogeta White. This is what this is all about. Like, just like how we knew Vegeta Blue was coming out, the Ultimate Warrior, Dragon Ball, for a very long time, Vegito was considered stronger than Gogeta, right? Dragon Ball end with Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta being the most powerful of all time until they retconned, they retconned Vegito through explanation. It's not a true retcon because it was never explained. Um, they
Yeah, yeah.
they thought Boo's body
It was an
defeated
assumption,
his.
if anything,
Yeah, it
the
was an
idea
assumption.
behind it.
And this is called that was great writing, because in the manga, Kaioshin is like, wait a minute, I thought they diffused in Boo's body because of Boo's molecular structure, and he's like, no, it's just because the hour went up. That's now canon. It is now canon now. Like, it was an assumption on Goku and Vegeta and Kaioshin and them that Boo's body is why they diffused. No, they retconned the reason. The reason is, oh no, that was an assumption on them. They just diffused because of time. Because at the end of the day, they want to make Gogeta the strongest, but even Gogeta won't be the strongest. Gogeta and Goku have the problem is this: when fused, if the two give go all out and put out their all out maximum power, they defuse. The weakness of the fusion is that the fusion cannot handle the power output that Goku and Vegeta can give. So fusion is a one trick pony. It's like Kaioken. People keep thinking Kaioken makes Goku stronger. No. Goku used Kaioken against Vegeta on planet Earth and still lost. Kaioken is a technique. It's not a part of Goku's strength. This is what people's not realizing. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, yes, he can use it, but it's just a technique. If Goku does not kill his opponent with that Kaioken in that one shot, they showed this in the, you know, so funny. They showed this in the Universe 6 tournament. Goku used the Kaioken. He turned off his power and said, "You win, hit." And he's like, "What do you mean you win?" He's like, "I can't do this no more. That nearly crippled my body." Yes, he's mastering it, but still there's stamina issues, which is what someone did this interview today, and I read it about what's gonna happen in Dragon Ball Z now. And this is why I'm talking about the whole Vegeta thing. After this Universal our Survival Arc tournament, we're going into Dragon Ball Z. So Super as a series will end. Dragon Ball will continue, but Super as a series will end. And I think that the winner of this tournament, the hero of this tournament, will be Vegeta. I think I see what Torotaro is doing. Torotaro, who didn't, he wrote this in the manga, but I think he's going to apply this in the anime now. I think Torotaro is going to apply the whole stamina thing to Vegeta. The way that they're foreshadowing this, everybody think this is about power. And the one person who may not think this is about power is Vegeta. And what was written in the manga was that Vegeta knew the weakness of Super Saiyan Blue. The weakness of Super Saiyan Blue is that the power output drains your stamina. Goku, who's using that on top of Kaioken, and even if he masters it, the only difference between Goku mastering Kaioken is that it will no longer kill him. But the drawback of the stamina is still there. I think what they're gonna do now with Vegeta entering the time chamber one more time is, I think Vegeta is gonna learn master. He's gonna. It's funny because they're reusing the same storyline that they used in Dragon Ball Z. He's gonna do what Goku and Gohan did in the Trunks saga, in the Cell saga. They mastered Super Saiyan. Vegeta's gonna master Super Saiyan Blue and turn in between God and Blue to conserve stamina, and he'll be one of the last guys standing in the end of the fight. Does that mean Goku is gonna lose? No, but Goku is gonna be so tired and that like they're gonna fight and there's no way to win the fight because they both Vegeta's gonna put up a better fight than Goku because Goku's gonna use Kaioken and run out of stamina. All the other Z Warriors gonna put up a fight, but they're all gone. They're all gonna get washed, and it's gonna come down to probably like 3 or 4 people from Universe 10, with the last of whoever else is in, and they're gonna lose, and they have to use a technique and to save their universe. Some guy's gonna jump out. I guess Zeno is going to say, no, we're not going to destroy any universes anymore. Something's going to get changed in the rules where he doesn't just do it. But some bad guy's going to manipulate something and it's like, no, I don't care. We're going to destroy all universe ever. For instance, I think they may use a Frieza Frost fusion, and then Universe 7's Frieza and Universe 6's Frost come together, and now they're more powerful than Jiren and Goku and Vegeta and all of them. And he's like, I don't care about any of your universes. We're going to destroy all of you. And then now those two guys start killing off everyone. beating everybody, and then it's now down to Goku and Vegeta never liked Frieza. Oh, and but like they get washed. Goku gets washed the worst because he uses Kaioken, and then Vegeta is like holding up a longer fight. But it's only because he mastered the stamina thing, and then he's like, Kakarot, we have no choice. And Vegeta really doesn't want to fuse with Kakarot because Vegeta finds out it's Kakarot's fault why this whole thing is even beginning with. But then he has to, and then they fuse and they become Super Saiyajin Gogeta. And when they do that, and it's like the fight with Supreme God Zamasu all over again, and they're fighting Golden Frieza with Frost mixed together into Silver refrigerator. Let's just call him refrigerator because that's when you have Frost and Frieza put together, or whatever the case may be, or refrigerator or whatever his name is. And then they go, oh, they're fighting and they're kind of equal on that. And it's like, I'm gonna
I
take
can
this.
just call him Fridge.
Yeah, fridge. Yeah, yeah. Call him fridge. Wow, wow. That would be godlike if they call him fridge. And then they fuse them together, and then with that when they have that fusion, Goku Gogeta's like, we can go a step further, and they turn it to Super Saiyan no Gogeta White, and then they use Gogeta White and they win, whatever the case may be, or come to a close win, just enough. They come to a point where they were able to defuse them. And now it's just a fight between the last four: Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, and Frost. Frost is at the same level as Golden Frieza now. Now it's just the two of them. So Goku and Vegeta had to fight them individually, separately, like how they fought Zamasu and Goku Black, and now they can give Vegeta a proper super villain kill because they can say, okay, Vegeta, you kill Frost, that's who's the equal to Vegeta to Golden Frieza, and Goku kills Frieza for the umpteenth time. Or they can swap it and let Vegeta finally get the kill on Frieza because he really has something against Frieza, and then Goku can just kill Frost. This is what me and Abe was talking about with Zamasu and Goku Black, and I was like, I bet you they make Vegeta fight Goku Black and Goku fights Zamasu, and he was like, and I was like, why? Because they need a fight to say, what if Vegeta at full power fought Goku? But the problem is Goku is the main hero, so we can't have Vegeta beating the main hero. But if we make a clone of Goku and even say he's even stronger than Goku, this will be fan service for the Vegeta fans. And that's why Goku Black was made. And it happened exactly like what we said it was going to happen. We was like, watch, Vegeta's going to get mad powerful. He's going to wash Goku Black. Everyone's going to like, oh, yep, he's going to get his little shine off. And then Goku Black's just going to come back and wash Vegeta. And guess what happened? That did not happen. Vegeta just washed him, and it was bad. He just watched. Everyone's like, "Oh, next episode, Vegeta's gonna get washed by Black," and the next episode, Vegeta just kept washing Black, and I was like, "Yep, I knew it." I said, "I knew it. This saga's about Vegeta. When you look at all the burn Vegeta's getting. Yes, he has not beaten any main villain. He got robbed against he didn't get a chance to fight Beerus because Goku took the honor. He didn't get a chance to kill Frieza because Goku took the honor. He didn't get a chance to beat Hit because he got cheaped and Goku took that honor. He didn't get a chance to beat Zamasu because his son Trunks took that honor. All the main villains, Vegeta gets this close and then it's like, nah, he doesn't do it. So I think at the end of the universe survival arc, they're gonna introduce a bad guy bad enough, powerful enough that they can say this is a good win and we can get rid of because they're not Goku is not beating Jiren. They're
A
not
powerful Zarbon or
Well,
Dodoria.
he doesn't necessarily have to beat him. They just gotta knock each other out the ring. That's all
which
it comes down to.
and
So
Jiren is gonna get beat by somebody else. Jiren is gonna somehow lose. Goku and Jiren will not beat each other. They're gonna leave that as a tie because they have to start working on Jiren toys or some crap like that. So it's not gonna happen. Jiren is they're gonna get their little fight on, and this is Jiren is who helps Goku unlock his new form, a limit breaker Goku or whatever they want to call it. That's what that's about. But they're not gonna make those two because Jiren's a good guy. Like so, this is not going to happen. So I think they need to bring a bad guy that they can get a plausible bad guy to get rid of. Number two, Why Frieza, right? Why Frieza, right? And the reason why I say they picked Frieza is because two, one, me and Abe was talking about this. Resurrection F being implied in the Super Arc was made so that they could get, because in GT, when you look at Frieza dead in GT, Frieza has his whole white body. He does not have the metal on him. So when you look at the end of the movie or the saga, he was resurrected into his original body, and he was killed, and he was placed back in his original body. So because he was placed back in
There's
his
an actual inconsistency with that though, because if you look back to like the end of Dragon Ball Z when they were watching Boo versus Goku on the
no
whole
no no no
thing,
no 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 no, that's not
oh, did
inconsistent.
I miss something?
No, that's not
Okay.
inconsistent. That's why they did that. That's why. Because if you look at the end of Dragon Ball Z, and if you even look in GT, when Frieza is in Hell, Frieza does not have his mechanized parts on him. So they had to re-kill Frieza in his original form, so that when he goes to Hell, he goes back to Hell in that form. Then they made a bigger mistake. After Frieza was re-killed, they put him in the cocoon for eternity. And it was like, wait, we messed up. Why? Because Frieza's not in the cocoon at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Oh man! So we have to bring him back to life and re-kill him again. And this time when they re-kill him,
There's that word, filler, aka excuse to write dumb stuff.
no, that was that. What are you talking about? That wasn't a filler scene. It They explained to you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like there was an interview with Toriyama and Akira saying that the last 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z is the ending to Super. They just said that like a day and a half ago. Like this is a brand new. Can someone look up that interview? This was like literally just said a day and a half ago. He said that.
I haven't read any of the interviews.
Yeah, that just came out. But me and Abe already knew this. We already knew that the Dragon Ball
Okay.
289,
Oh,
290, 291, and 292 was the end of Super. We already knew this. So, because that's what they said when they were making Super. It's like we're injecting Super in between the death of Boo and the last 4 episodes of Dragon Ball. That was the first announcement of Super. Literally, that's the first interview with Akira Toriyama talking about what Super is gonna be. Um, so they're gonna re-kill Frieza, and then now Frieza will stay out of the cocoon. And then if he stays out of the cocoon, it justifies him being in GT, which is so stupid. Oh, GT is a side story. Yet Frieza and Cell in GT talk about Goku in Dragon Ball Z. Justify that. Say that's not canon now. Like Frieza and Cell are talking about Goku based on what Goku did to them in Dragon Ball Z. How did they know that if it's not canon? Like they're literally talking about the fight on Earth, like with his son and all this other stuff. So like, what are you talking about? See, this was so stupid about people. Like, you do know that GT references Z, right? So how can you say it's not canon when it's using stuff from Z? In any event, and Frieza's only
sorry.
coming back for 24 hours. Yes, so no matter what, Frieza's gonna re-die, or whatever the case may be. And this is a great storyline here. Although I don't like the fact that they have to reuse Frieza, Pycon would be a better option. But they wrote themselves into a hole, and now they have to write themselves out of the hole. And by bringing Frieza back, Frieza can justify, I'm going to team up with Frost, fuse with Frost, because I'm not going back to hell. I'm only alive for 24 hours. I don't have to. If I can become the most powerful being in all the universes, I can kill off everyone. I don't ever have to return to hell. That's smart of Frieza to do that. And why wouldn't Frost join him when they're really the same characters? So that's a potentially great story to write. And Fridge, Fridge as a fused character, fusion versus fusion. Yes, that's being rewritten for the second time. But hey, listen, we're fighting Frieza for like the fourth time, so we can get away with it.
You could add on if you add the movies too. All his
Exactly.
appearances there.
I mean, I can make a side
I
story
have
reference everything back to
I have a
Dragon Ball.
question though. What do you think about this new power that Gohan, like he's gonna take like a alternate route than Goku? You think it's going to be that? That's the white super. Maybe it's like a mystic god
Nah, he's not
or
gonna get
something.
there. He's just gonna get.
No,
He's just gonna get to Trunks. If he hasn't already surpassed Trunks, he's just gonna get somewhere around where he's close to Super Saiyan God. Not even blue, just close to Super Saiyan God. He will be the fourth. No, he will be the fifth strongest person. He will be the fifth strongest person on the team because the top three strongest people is Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. That's the top three. He's either fourth or fifth because we don't even know who's stronger, Android 17 or him. And Android 17 didn't even look. Android 17 didn't even look like he was trying when he was fighting Goku Super Saiyan Blue, and he took a punch. Tony, no, Frieza's coming back. They confirmed it today that Frieza's coming back. Right?
Bill it.
Yeah,
They
they said Goku was gonna ask him, but they didn't know whether or not Frieza was coming back. But it's been confirmed Frieza is coming back.
Golden Frieza at
Yeah.
that.
Uh, so it's just I understand this was a waste of character. They could have used Pycon, but it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. They, like I said, they wrote the story in bad. That's what it was. They wrote when they killed off Frieza, they put him back in the cocoon. They should have put him back in the cocoon. That
They
left a huge plot hole, and they're trying to clean that
they
up.
should they should age Goten and Trunks a bit.
No, they can't because if they age Goten and Trunks a bit, well, oh yeah, they have to get closer to. I guess at the end of Super, they will
Yeah,
slightly
they were
age.
older.
They will slightly age him because they have to match they have to match growing up. They would have to match growing up into the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Hmm.
So so it's like so getting back to this whole thing. So what is Dragon Ball Super? Dragon Ball Super is a saga or a series in Dragon Ball which is trying to repair the continuity of the Dragon Ball Omniverse. That's why this is about multiple universes, gods and angels, and Zeno. Because they have to go to a power grade level beyond the Supreme Kais and all of them to fix the continuity of the universe. This is what this is all about. Um, so it's Dragon Ball 93. You're the 10th warrior. Goku visits Frieza. After seeing his own eyes that Boo won't be able to awaken, Goku suggests recruiting
That's the
Frieza.
description for the episode.
Yeah, that's the description for the episode. Yeah. Uh, while everyone objects, Goku hurries to the fortune teller Babidi to resurrect Frieza from hell for just 24 hours. Yeah.
If y'all haven't heard of these chapters, y'all need to follow Herms on Twitter. He
Yeah.
like literally tells you all this. I mean, yeah, you might not want to be spoiled, but it kind of gives you like a heads up what's kind of coming. Because they already do that with the preview, so reading, what's gonna happen in the next few episodes is not gonna really like kill you, because you still want to see the animation in front of your eyes.
Yeah. So this would have been a great chance to bring back PyCon, unfortunately, but it's whatever. So, like I said, the ultimate thing here is they have to get Vegeta on par with Goku. In order to get Vegeta on par with Goku, they have to find ways to power him up, and they're using a whole super arc to justify why Vegeta's this strong. In GT, Vegeta's fight in the end of Dragon Ball, Vegeta's like, I want to fight you in a tournament, Goku. Now, if everyone has to look at it, if Goku is this powerful, why would Vegeta think he has a chance against fighting Goku in a tournament? Unless Vegeta was on par with him. In GT, after Goku destroys Super Android 17, Vegeta comes on the bridge and he's like, Kakarot, we've been dodging this long enough. Let's go.
They're
So,
always going to be around the same power though. It's just so they could fuse like for the fusion,
that's
like so they have that in their back pocket.
exactly. So they have to do that. They will always do that. Sorry guys about the disconnect. Yeah, we had a
Oh,
OBS. OBS had just dropped for a second. This is an OBS thing. It's not the internet. So yeah, they have to justify that. So that's why when you look at the ending episode of Dragon Ball Z, Bulma says, "You two are the strongest in the universe." So it's already been foretold, and now that it's been confirmed that the last 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z is the ending of Super, we already know who's the two strongest in the universe. It's Goku and Vegeta. It's already said. It is
So
already said.
so for you, Gohan, even the people in chat just saying Gohan's gonna do this and that, get this shit right. Just like Trunks last arc, he got some burn. Gohan's gonna get some burn, but at the end of the day, this show is a Goku and Vegeta show, and it's gonna continue to be that way until they decide to end the damn series. Okay?
I've given up that. I gave up that fight back in Dragon Ball Z when they kind of like when he got absorbed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he got absorbed. Like they were in the chat.
That's
They were
like
in
a
the
seal of saying I'm not going to be the main guy anymore. No, that's
yeah,
it.
they were in the chat talking about Gohan is more powerful, but Gohan doesn't have like the all fighter thinking like Goku and Vegeta because they think about that shit. Gohan is
They
like
could if they wrote it in, but like,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not going
yeah,
to.
but yeah, but we know. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people keep forgetting everybody's playing a role for a specific reason. Toriyama wants him to be a scholar at the end of the day. He's not a fighter. He has abilities because of his father, Piccolo, and the lifestyle that he was born in. But at the end of the day, his mother forced him into to being a scholar, and that's Toriyama's writing.
Now,
End of story.
now,
Gohan is nothing more.
now, if you look at GT, let's say we all agree. Well, we all don't have to agree, but it is fact that GT is canon until Akira Toriyama says GT is not canon. Until he says that, not canon. Until he says that, until I and read that, it's canon. If you look at GT as the future of Dragon Ball, first of all, just to let you guys know, um, somehow, some way, Goku and Vegeta is gonna lose their god powers, as me and Abe already prognosticated before episode 1 of Super. If that's the end, then they all lost their god power, unless they take a new unless they take a new form which does not require them to change into blue or white. Now I think they're just gonna lose their god powers, and here is why. Or it gets mutated into their very essence. Here's why. I don't know. I think they're just gonna lose it because in GT there's guys who become stronger than them, and that's almost impossible. But the reason why I think they lose their god powers and they revert back to their what they last left off with, which I think is perfect Super Saiyan 2 for Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 for Goku, which at this point now puts the two of them on equal level. Like I won't. It's not gonna be like where Master Roshi's like, oh no, Vegeta's even stronger than Goku. I think Vegeta's mastery of Super Saiyan 2 is the same equal strength as Goku. No, Vegeta's Super Saiyan Masters of Super Saiyan 2, or let's call it Super Saiyan Rage, right? The Super Saiyan Rage is the equal power of Super Saiyan 2. We're just gonna Super Saiyan 3 for Goku, and that's just what makes the two of them powerful. Because in the GT saga, it's about them getting back to their godhood, and that's Gogeta. Now, it is plausible to say that, notice when they form Gogeta, Gogeta has red hair. It is plausible to say that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is perhaps the equal strength of Super Saiyan God, Goku. So that's where Goku and Vegeta, so we know that Super Saiyan 4 is weaker, and that's what we see, and that's mortal key. So that's like mortal key. So that I stand corrected. Alex Chu, what's going on? I stand corrected when I say the highest form power is Super Saiyan 4 as a mortal. That is the highest power. When you fuse the two Super Saiyan 4s, then you become God mode. They're gonna lose their powers at the end because they don't have their powers at the end of Z, and then going into GT they don't have it. But who are the two most powerful Saiyans in Dragon Ball GT? Goku and Vegeta. When Goku and Vegeta, who are the two guys that put up a fight against 17 the best? Goku and Vegeta. Like they both get washed, but like Goku and Vegeta were the only ones putting up a fight against it. Super 17 scrubs them both, but due to 18's distraction, Goku was able to great monkey fist through him and kill him. And then from there, the Kamehameha, although Goku took away Vegeta's shine, and I mean that in a pun way as well, because when 17 shot down a ball, he's like, I got this Kakarot. No, it wasn't that. That's not true. Yes, he did it twice to Vegeta. Oh, Goku, you're such a dirty
There's
bastard. He did
there's
that.
also a theory.
Mhm.
There's a theory I had going into Super.
Yeah.
I remember like that they could always use. I don't think they will, and especially now with all these universes and gods. But they could still use it with those two little guys that kind of control the universe, or they could use it with the other guys. They could always turn back time. They could wipe the slates clean and start anew, you
No,
know, or they could.
I don't think that.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm just saying that's an option, you know.
The
They
reason
can
why
retcon it that way.
they can't do that because they gave birth to Pan, and they gave birth to, what's the name of this
Well,
guy.
that'd still take place. So I'm saying is like they could turn back time, you know,
But if
and the events could happen differently.
they can't, because if they turn it in order to turn back time that far back so that they don't get their powers, then Pan and Bulla they are not born. They get their Super Saiyan God powers before Pan and Bulla is born. Bulla comes after, Vegeta is where he is right now. Bulla was just born like 3 days ago or so. No, not 3 days ago. In a day, Bulla was forced birth, which is another theory I want to get into. I think Bulla is the most powerful Saiyan ever created because she was birthed by an angel. I think I think Bulla has God key in her already, and they can write that in the future.
Yeah, well, we gotta wait for the future for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to answer
Continue.
somebody's comment real quick.
Yeah.
This fool said, "Why pick Frieza?" Well, let's put it this way: Goku's been bullshitting and lying to everybody on the fucking team. So to get Frieza to help at the last minute, yeah, I think he can think of something to rile up Frieza in hell to get out for 24 hours. Trust me, if you're in hell for eternity, yeah, 24 hours sounds like a great idea. Like, for sure.
Anything is better than that, and it also justifies why Frieza is going to betray everyone. This is coming. We all know this. Why? Like, oh, after this fight, you're going back to hell. No, I'm not. Especially if I can find a way to become more powerful. All of you guys, and kill all of you, and then I'm still going to hell.
Here's another comment I want to address too. He says if they erase Super's progress at the end and they put the GT timeline, but you got to understand, if they do anything with GT or even add the timeline of GT in any way, they're gonna retcon a lot of this shit, just like they did from the two movies of Super, and then they changed it in the anime. Like some of the shit they did, they can do the same thing with GT. So even if we see anything GT at all, like, they can change it entirely and make it a whole new story and possibly make it better so people are not shitting on it constantly. So at the end of the day, I mean, you can't really gripe because you are gonna watch it. Let's be real. You gonna sit down and watch the episodes.
Vegeta,
But
they're not gonna turn back time. Vegeta and Goku are going to lose their God powers. It was already foreshadowed.
They could do anything they want though. Like they have the ability.
No. It was
No, I'm not saying Goku and Vegeta. I'm saying the guys who control the universe. Those two little guys.
Yeah, but they're not.
What are their name?
Yeah, Zeno. They're both called Zeno.
Yeah.
It's the same Zeno. One's from the future and one's from the present.
I always forget their names, so I'm getting used to Super still.
Which is stupid because there shouldn't be two Zenos. Zeno is omnipotent. If he's a god of the universe, there's no future self. He's in all times. This is dumb. Like,
but it goes back to, it's made up.
Yeah,
so it's like,
yeah.
They could just.
It is what it is.
I guess if Zeno fuses with Zeno, they'll just be Zeno. So yeah.
Yeah.
So but anyway.
Zeno times 2.
Yeah. The reason why they're not gonna do that is because they foreshadowed how Super Saiyan God powers can be lost. If stressed hard enough, Super Saiyan God power can be lost. After Vegeta final Kamehameha Supreme God Zamasu, he almost tried to Dragon Fist him on top of that, and they defused. After defusing, then they gave up their power, what little power that they had, to Trunks to make Trunks strong enough so that Trunks could cut Zamasu in half. When Zamasu turned into Supreme God Astral version of Zamasu, did you notice that when Goku tried to transform to Super Saiyan Blue, he couldn't? And then Vegeta was like, Kakarot, stop playing around. And then he tried to transform, and he couldn't turn into Super Saiyan Blue. If stressed enough, you can lose your God powers. That when I saw that, I was like, so when they turn into Gogeta White, see, they're going to turn into Gogeta Blue, but then they're going to stress it. They're, they're gonna fight some enemy that is so powerful. The only difference is that the enemy doesn't regenerate like Zamasu, but he's so powerful that they have to Big Bang Kamehameha Kaioken 1000. And what that move is just perhaps strong enough to just defuse whoever they're fighting or kill them, one of the two. And then now they're back to the same situation like when they fought against Zamasu, and they can't even turn back to Super Saiyan God. And then Whis tells them, "You literally used all of your God ki. You don't have any anymore." And now it's back to the Super Saiyans, and that is the the Grand Priest. That's a great justification to lose their God power. Gogeta White, Big Bang, and then Kaioken with it just to beat the Grand Priest. Because remember, in the manga, Gogeta, Kaioshin said Gogeta's powers can beat Beerus. Explanation? Question mark. And who else would know the power levels of Beerus other than Beerus's connecting partner, Kaioshin? Because to kill Beerus, you have to kill Kaioshin. So Kaioshin would know what power level Beerus is at. In the manga, Kaioshin questions if Vegito Blue is stronger than Beerus. He goes, is he stronger? And the funniest thing is, he didn't even fire off the Kamehameha, the final Kamehameha. He was just charging it. The charge made him question if Vegito is stronger than of Beerus. Now you're telling me a limit breaker Goku with a new and improved Vegeta coming out of the room in Spirit of Time with perhaps a mastered key of Super Saiyan Blue. So if Kaioshin Goku fuses with mastered Super Saiyan Blue stamina Vegeta, then this is the perfect Super Saiyan Blue. That's probably why Gogeta probably doesn't even defuse, because the stamina that Vegeta masters keeps them fused together, because he can hold the stamina that Vegeta has can hold the output, but then they probably turn it to Super Saiyan White, and well, it's Super Saiyan White, it's no longer blue now, and Vegeta's part of the attribute can't hold, and then especially if Goku's half then goes Kaioken White, Gogeta, that should be enough to kill the Grand Priest. And then if the Grand Priest is the guy who manipulated Zeno to destroy the universe, and then with if Zeno finds out that the Grand Priest did that, unless they don't even have to kill the Grand Priest, he could just hurt. It can beat the Grand Priest. And then the Grand Priest is the one who reveals the whole thing, that he's the one who's getting all these universes destroyed. And then Zeno is like, why'd you do that? After he gets defeated by Gogeta, a White. And then Zeno then says, I renege on destroying the entire universe. And that would be a god tier ending to everything. That Goku and Vegeta fuse, destroyed the Grand Priest, which we said I can't even touch my father, which would justify Boomer saying, "You two are the strongest in the universe."
Okay, answer some of these questions in the comment. They're asking, one asked about Gogeta being in the manga. We understand Gogeta isn't in the manga, but you gotta look on the build up, how they're doing it. Vegeto's not coming back. They have to go something stronger because of the gods and all this other shit that's in Super now.
Yeah.
Like they have to go all the way in.
Wait, first of all, to sit here and say when is Gogeta canon, this is the great time to introduce Gogeta. And Gogeta is canon because Gogeta is. First of all, here's a question, right? Watch this question. Watch this question. Why I'm telling you, I had already told before Super started. I was like, they're gonna bring back Vegito. The reason why we know this is because we have an. It's like what I'm doing with the Zelda timeline. We have a beginning and we have an end point. In GT, when did Vegeta learn how to do fusion? At that point in time, we said he learned it from the movie Janimba, and everyone's like, but the continuity of the movie doesn't match up with the main arc. Now is the perfect time for him to learn Gogeta. And if he learns Gogeta here, this justifies why he knows how to do fusion in GT. plot hole fixed. I'm telling you, they're using Super to fix everything. Now, the question is, will there be a Dragon Ball after GT? Of course, because what people don't know is that Future Shock happens 2 whole generations after GT. It's 2 whole generations after. That's Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. in Future Shock and the end of Dragon Ball. The very, very last end written by Akira Toriyama is Future Shock with grandchild Goku Jr. And in the end of it, guess who grandchild Goku Jr. fights? Vegeta Jr. They both have their
Do,
tails and
do,
they're both Super Saiyans.
do you think they would do that though? Like after, because at the very end of GT though, it also said the end.
No, there may one more episode. Don't believe me? Google
No,
Dragon
no, no,
Ball.
no. I know about the Goku Junior, like the whole special thing.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
special.
like I'd just be sad because those two, like the very end of GT and that Goku Junior movie, those were like I like those. You know, like that was a good way to part things off. You know,
But
that'd make me sad if they add on to that.
XP said Vegeta in the manga is stronger than Beerus, but we've already made the point. Vegeta wasn't even strong enough to demolish Zamasu,
Yeah.
God Zamasu.
All right,
Like
first, let me get on the Vegito thing. Vegito may be stronger than Beerus, but he's not gonna win a fight against Beerus because if the minute my man fires off, he's finished. He better fire off and it better kill him. Because if he doesn't kill, all Beerus has to do is he rope a dope him like Ali. All right, yeah, keep punching, keep punching. Oh, you defuse now? Hold that. It's not a Foreman is strong. George Foreman was stronger than Ali. Ali still beat George Foreman. It's not always about strength, guys. That's why I think in this arc, in this particular arc, it's about stamina. I think that they're going
and
to
strategy, a lot of strategy.
and everyone is going into the tournament with this mentality of power, 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 power. The only people I know that's going into this tournament, the only actually, because they haven't even stated whether or not Vegeta is going to go into this tournament with the mentality of power. But there's only one character who's going into this entire tournament with the mentality of strategy, and I think he's going to be the 5th person remaining on the team, even ahead of Gohan, and that's Piccolo. He's the only one with the right sense of mind. He's the only one. I think it's gonna come down to Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Gohan, Piccolo. That's what I think it's gonna come down to. And in the end, it's gonna be Goku and Vegeta. They gotta introduce Gogeta. Everyone wants to see Gogeta. Let's not front like you don't. Everyone wants to remember. Akira Toriyama said, "I'm saving Super Saiyan White for last." I don't think we're gonna see Goku and Vegeta individually become Super Saiyan White. I think Gogeta becomes Super Saiyan White, and then and Gogeta is who beats the the Grand Priest or whoever the secret antagonist of the whole thing is, who's plotting the whole thing for the destructions of the universe, and that would be a
Triforce.
yeah.
Triforce. We gotta make another example. This nigga said Vegeta was destroying Zamasu. Of course they made it look like that at first, but they got mopped. He did final Kami-Ha fucking blast. After that, they lost all their power and both got smacked. Goku and Vegeta both got slapped like some bitches to the ground and got stepped on.
See, if you're talking about the fight, now if you're talking about the hands being thrown, Vegito washed Zamasu. Who won the fight? Zamasu. It's about who wins, not about who is washing. Like, you guys got to get to, like, yeah, okay, he was putting hands, but like at the end, who was on the ground and who was standing? Was Goku and Vegeta standing against Zamasu? No,
He's talking about the manga.
In the manga, Vegito still lost. My man defused. He washed and they defused. My point stands the same. Like, nothing has changed.
Well, the manga the manga's behind so far. It like, I hate to say it, but the manga at this point in this current time of Dragon Ball anything actually means dilly jack shit. I hate to say that.
In a sense, it does.
It does. But you know, for the people who love that shit, I understand. You know, you're trying to take that shit, you know, to heart. But by the time it's done and over with, we're over here watching, like, you know, 2/3 to the end of Super. So I mean, Yeah, you can look at it a different way because you're reading the manga, but you're only gonna get so much from that, and they can change it at any time. That's
Ex-
why it's like, it's optional.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, the point is Gogeta is coming. That's why I'm glad I'm doing this stream because you guys are gonna hear this first. Uh, uh,
Oh
uh,
yeah, when it gets close to the end of Super, we're going in. Like we might do an all nighter talking
yeah,
shit
because
about how we talked about all this shit.
oh, it's streamed here, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna save this. And people are like, yo, they prognosticated the whole. We've been prognosticating this before the first episode even came on. We knew what they were gonna write. We're like, they're gonna use Super to connect and retcon and make sure GT is canon, and because there are little things that they're doing, the little things that they're doing, everything that they're doing in Super leads to the end of Z, which then leads into GT and then connects everything. Now, what I may think they may do is I may think they may edit GT. They may Kai GT, just like
Yeah.
they did with Dragon Ball Z. They Kai'd it. Now, what they do with the Kai, new audio, a couple of new filler episodes to add different, to change the context of the original GT to kind of make things fit here and there. That's what I think they may be doing. If they do that, that would actually be smart to be actually do. You can resell a whole old dead franchise, and then after you're done with Dragon Ball GT, then after you Kai GT, then you can and Goku flies off with the Dragon Balls and go Vegeta goes his way and whatever. You can make a whole nother thing based on that. You can just start focusing on Vegeta's daughter because at the end there's so much in Dragon Ball. They're nowhere near done. If they wanted
And
to,
then
they could milk
and
this for the next
and then
20
and then
years.
like they said, they're not retconning shit at the end. They're gonna go to the tournament. You're gonna see Oob, and then when we have that grace period where we have no Dragon Ball for a while, and then they're announcing leaks and previews and teasers. Then we'll find out what's gonna happen next. So we're gonna have to wait, just like we did for the Universal arc.
Exactly. And
I
people,
could definitely see them doing the whole Kai thing because if they a good benefit about it would be is if they released it in English again, they could keep the original Japanese audio too, which would fix that problem.
well, they
That'd be
actually
really good.
they would have to re there's a lot of there are a lot of things said in GT have continuity.
I meant like the music
Yeah. No, no.
because
Oh, the
I thought
music.
the
Oh,
music was really good in it, and they kind of left that out in English, and I thought that was a huge mistake.
so see what Kane Warrior said. Are they going to reanimate it? Who knows? I don't think it's necessary for them
Yeah,
to reanimate because
they might clean it up.
here's not
Yeah, they'll do little tidbits.
here's the reason why I
That's
don't think
about it.
here's the reason why I don't think they need to reanimate it. Sadly to say, I'm not even gonna say I'm not even trying this Super, but the animation in GT is better than all of Super.
Yeah,
Like
I hate the
Yeah,
art in Super. I
so,
can't stand it.
it's not even necessary to reanimate anything. What they need to do is is called restoryboard GT. GT needs to be restoryboard. You changing the words. What is said in GT changes the entire continuity of GT. People don't even realize that. Just simply changing the words. We know the peel off gang. Everything's making sense now because you look at the peel off gang, they're little kids. So going into GT, it makes sense why they're kids now because you reference Super. That's why you. But why are they kids in GT? Did you watch Super? They're kids in Super. Oh, that's like I can't believe people are not seeing these subtle things that's being done in Super that makes GT definitely canon. Any mistake in GT that could look like it doesn't make sense with Dragon Ball Z is being fixed in Super. It's definitely being said. People are gonna say, yeah, but like Kabito. Well, it's not Kabito. How come the characters are not fused? What's this game? The Kaioshins are not fused in what's his name in Dragon Ball. They already fixed that. They literally already fixed that in Super.
Triforce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And GT, Pilaf and Maya are actually older, so that's why they're saying how are they older, but they're kids now. See,
it
that's
just fixed the
another.
scene.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's what he was
it's
saying before.
no,
yeah.
in the first episode, in the first episode of Dragon Ball GT. Give me a second. I'm going to look this up. Look at well, somebody look it up. Look at because I could have swore that they're actually adults in the first episode. No, not adults. They're still like young in
Nah,
GT. Am I wrong? No, I can't be wrong. Because
nah.
I
They were
watched
old.
GT. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
they're
on.
They were
older.
old at the start.
Wait,
They're older because they were in the robots. Mai and the damn dog were in the fucking
I don't
robots
even
for
know
their
how
second.
how did they become kids? Like I might have missed that part.
time out. I
Oh,
find it.
because Pilaf wished to be a young forever, and they all end up being young, like
Oh.
dumbasses.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Part.
I find it really strange that Mai's hooking up with Trunks when she's like older than Bulma. Like,
Yeah, that's
that's
terrible.
really messed up.
Yeah.
See, here's Goku. Goku and Oob is destroying
The hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep.
Yeah, they're older. They're older. They're not little no more. Because
Yeah.
I'm looking at Pilaf. His face is all like, you can see
I
his
could confirm
scars.
that. I just didn't
Yeah.
know how they
But
became young.
that would make sense then because Oob is older. Oob Dende is older. Everyone grew up. So the peel off and them is supposed to be older. They regrew up.
Well, well, that's not the point. Mai looks like
Oh
like
no. You're right. Wow. They're
yeah.
really old. Wait.
They're
Time out.
old. They're old.
Can
They're
I
like
respond? Can I
yeah,
respond
yeah,
to someone?
yeah. Go ahead.
XBZZ. He says that wish was a jab at GT being kids in Super. Now, I remember Toriyama. Didn't he say he liked Kid Goku? Maybe he wanted to make him kids because he likes those characters.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the hate with
Like,
Kid Goku at all. I mean,
he's my favorite character. I like him more than Gohan
no.
because he's hilarious.
yeah, and when Goku was younger, he was I don't know, he just seemed more friend, like a lot different than when he got older.
He always pulled out his under half.
Yeah.
Everybody, Maya's extremely old. Something had to happen for these guys to get that old because they're not even teenagers. They're older than Bulma and Chi-Chi, and they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they're old. They're like
Yeah.
at least 60s, easily.
Yeah, they
Because
should.
Mai looks bad, like terrible. Like she's supposed to be in an old
She-
folks home. She
She
shouldn't
looked
be
like
in that.
Baba.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it looked terrible. And Pilaf got like can't like fucking what do they call that shit? Those black spots.
So something.
Yeah.
So
Garlic Jr.
something is gonna happen in GT.
Like an old version.
Something's gonna happen in GT that why these guys the peel off gang becomes old again.
But this goes back to what we were saying earlier. They can do whatever they want and change it however they want if they do anything that actually ties into GT. I'm not saying they do or they don't, but if they do go that route and they actually touch GT and retcon some of it, they can actually change it. So this is where people are going to get more confused, and I can see Geekdom 101 doing a review and saying, okay, what the fuck? They were old in the first episode, but now they retconned it and changed them, or gave us a whole new, idea of what happened to Pilaf and them. So it's like anything can happen at this point. So yeah, people should be getting this already, but it's confusing because of what's happened in the past, forever.
And did you see the new theme park adventure that they had? Some stuff that they had was called Super no Bro God Broly 4D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Japan?
Yeah.
No,
Japan.
no. Here.
No,
Oh
it's Japan,
wait, it was.
Japan, it's in Japan exclusively.
Oh yeah. It's in Japan Universal.
And we're not getting that. So that sucks.
Yeah. But that's dope to even think that's even out there because Broly is such a big money maker. Like it's coming. They're going to somehow in some way put it in the fucking show. They have to. That's like there's no reason not to at all.
Someone says, but in GT they didn't remember Goku off bat. That's not true. That doesn't make any sense because they went in there to go attack.
Yeah, they did.
Goku.
They did remember him because they were like, "Oh my God, is that the same little kid?" And he's grown. And then they're like, "Oh my God, it's the same snot-nosed kid." That's what Pilaf says about Goku. And then they fire the missiles, and Goku catches them like with ease.
See, here's the thing then. Now here's the thing with the GT because that's a big continuity discrepancy. They have to rewrite that If and see, this is what I'm talking about. It's an audio situation. In an audio situation, because let me tell you about editing. Before I've been using Premiere, I've always used Movie Maker and stuff like that. In editing, the audio. Okay, if they did a Dragon Ball GT Kai, in the audio when Pilaf and the gang meets Goku again, they don't have to say that's that snot-nosed kid. They can be like, "Ah, I'm mad that Goku ages with ease while we age so old." And they can reference to what happened in Super. That's it. That's an audio change. There's nothing that they physically do in the show that makes it look like they have no idea who Goku is at that age. It's what they said. So if you change what they say, it changes the whole context.
Yeah, yeah, it's not that hard of a change. And anyways, all they do in Super is suck up to fucking Bulma and their family so they can get a free house and board because they're fucking kids, and that's all it is. That's all they do. So pretty much they are like not that big of a deal. They're just like filling up a drawing space.
They're
Who know?
moochers.
Who knows?
That
Like I'm telling you right now, who knows if they could possibly like literally, and I'm talking about literally, do something with Bulma and time and the Pilaf gang go into the time machine and like they're morons that they are, age themselves like idiots, and then it
Yeah, and then come out smoking. They're like, "What happened?
Yeah.
Are we older?" Yeah, and they look in themselves in the mirror, and then bam, they pass out because they're too fucking old.
I'm telling you
Like,
right, I'm telling you right now, if
I
Pilaf
love them though.
if the Pilaf gang, this will be the ultimate confirmation for me. If the
Yeah.
Pilaf gang age in Super before the Super ends, it's over. It's over. They're matching up GT.
Yeah.
That will be the final confirmation. Remember it here, folks, on
Uh,
this channel. So
can I ask a question though?
sure.
I'm just wondering how King Kai got his planet back.
How did
Remember when it blew up on Cell?
he repaired it. He's a
Did they
god.
like?
He's a god. He go and ask for his planet back.
yeah,
Okay. I
just
that
like
was
when Beer.
that was one of the things that people used to harp on. I remember back in the day with GT is King Kai and the whole planet thing.
And see, and then here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? Watch this. But in Super, King Kai's planet's still there now. So what?
Yeah,
Super's not canon now. You see?
that's my point.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
oh wait, how did
and
King
then
Kai get his planet?
and,
Because they just wrote it
and,
there.
look what Beerus tells King Kai. He goes, I remember this planet being a little bigger, but and then Whis goes, you don't remember you got mad because you lost in a game of what was it?
Something,
Hi,
something.
yeah, I think hide and go seek or some shit. He got pissed, and then Bear's like, I suppose so. And then and King Kai's just happy that he's not there to destroy the rest of his planet. So I mean, King Kai is always gonna have a planet no matter what.
I agree. They could do anything with the time travel parallel universe. I bet they bring back time travel when Xeno 3 comes out. That's exactly what they're gonna do, man. Like they're trying to put it. You have to understand that the omniverse of Dragon Ball makes way too much money not to seamlessly bring everything together. Guys, can you? Actually, Abe and Bowman, you guys take over for 2 seconds. I gotta go use the bathroom and grab something to drink out of the kitchen. So I'm gonna let you guys run the stream for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just ready to see how this all continues once we get to the world tournament again. Like that's my biggest thing. Like I'm not shitting on Super. I'm enjoying it, but like at the end of the day, I kind of want to see what happens after all this is said and done because like I know it's not gonna be exactly like GT or anything, but that's just my guess. I just think what's
Yeah.
coming
As
after
a
that is gonna be more interesting.
as a Dragon Ball fan, though, you kind of want that, like you don't want the inconsistencies. That's why, like, I think that's why I get like so many people are so passionate about it, and that like they get over passionate, like, but they don't like GT, so like they're like, well, it's not canon, it's not canon. But if you make sense out of it, and I don't know if people would like it or not, though. It's a tough one.
I mean, there's somebody's asking about female Broly. Female Broly, there's only so much to talk about. I mean, you've seen it was Kaba's sister and whatever, but we don't know much about her. So I mean, we gotta wait for the build up for that too, and more likely it'll be during the fucking Universal Arc tournament.
I
So
think I remember reading somewhere that Toriyama didn't really like Broly much because it was created by another guy.
yeah.
Maybe this is his version of Broly. He just made her female, or made him female.
Well, like Geek the 101 says, it's more of like a homage to Broly, just kind of giving a wink
Yeah.
to the fans, saying, oh, we
Well, he's
believe we think,
definitely popular.
yeah, we think about Broly, but not just yet. We're not gonna bring him out just yet. So I like that idea because it could happen anytime. Like I always tell Triforce, if they ever bring Broly into the actual storyline, I'm gonna lose my shit for real. Like everybody's losing their shit over fucking Gohan going, Mystic and a little higher than Mystic. Nah, if Broly comes in, I'm gonna
Yeah,
like
he's probably
definitely.
my favorite villain for like the ones with the powers.
Yeah,
Is
I
probably Broly.
yeah, I
I've
think
always
he's
I've always liked Gohan versus Broly in that second film. I love that. But I know the first one though, like he's just so dominant, and
yeah.
I found a BS that Goku beat him the way he did, just one punch.
Yeah, I mean, the what I also liked about it, it kind of solidified what I always thought about Vegeta. I don't hate Vegeta, but I just don't think Vegeta is that guy. Like, you always have those people. He kind of reminds me of the jock in high school that thinks he could beat up on everybody and always saying he's the best, but he gets beat by that one kid, and that would be Goku. And to him, he's always trying to be better in Kakarot. So Vegeta's really not all that. He's just a
Do, do,
badass
you,
because he talks shit.
do you think Vegeta's going to be afraid of this new Broly like he was with the original?
I have no idea.
That's I don't know though because they're from different timelines. So.
Yeah. We don't know, but Vegeta's always nervous about something. That's another. See, that's what I'm saying. He has more going against the idea of I am Prince of all Saiyans. Motherfucker, you're the first one to fucking kind of bitch up every time something happens. And I'm not saying he can't hold his own. We know he can in a way. But look at the first Broly movie. As soon as he saw Broly, he started fucking like just cringing, and Piccolo picked him up. Was like, if you're not gonna fight, get the fuck out the way. Like that right there was just like, wow, like that's kind of
I hope they
sad.
do more with Piccolo too. Like Piccolo's one of my favorites. He gets
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
Piccolo
slack
is
during the series.
Yeah, Piccolo is the ride or die homie. No matter what's gonna happen, just like Krillin, just like everybody else, we're gonna ride or die together. You know, that's pretty
He's
much
part
what
Kami too. Like people always forget Kami too. Like Kami was like with all his knowledge, he was like a god for Earth.
Yeah. Pretty much, Piccolo. He attains all of that with his fighting skills. So like he's a big package of greatness, but he has limits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'd find it
so
funny too if they ever make him fuse with like let's say Piccolo does fuse, make him fuse with a female and maybe get a female Namek. That'd be funny. People lose their shit over that.
it's
Just random scenarios.
somebody said Piccolo is Operation Human Shield. Yeah, I mean Piccolo, just like I was saying earlier when we were chatting, everybody has their role and they got to play that role no matter what. No matter how shitty or dumb or how much it doesn't make sense. Toriyama and them have roles for each of these characters, especially Gohan. That's why I don't. That's why I'm stressing it. I can't stress it enough to y'all Gohan fans. Yes, you're gonna get to see something exciting soon, but after that, don't get all butthurt again because he's not doing and continuously doing that. Gohan is meant to be a scholar. Toriyama has confirmed this. If you don't believe me, go on Google and look for it.
I'm a Gohan fan. I don't really care about the whole power levels, but I'm different though. I know I've seen them. I've seen them in the YouTube comments. I've seen them. There's a lot of passionate ones, and I think that the huge part of that is because the generation that grew up with Dragon Ball Z were like Gohan's age when he took out Cell, when they saw it, and then now
Yeah.
like they're older, and that's how they really. Because when I was in high school, that's when they started airing the high school Gohan. So that's how I relate to him. Was when he was in high school, and I'm one of the few people that love the Great Saiyaman. I think he's the coolest ever. Even if he's a nerd, he has qualities of Clark Kent, which I like.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool filler like back in the day, you know, for Dragon Ball Z. But I always
Yeah,
thought it was like to me, like I consider it just like
I,
trolling. Like
I know
Gohan
a
was
lot of
just out
people
there
hate
being
it.
goofy. Yeah, I
I,
don't actually
I,
hate it. I just thought it was
yeah,
kind of trolly that they made those episodes.
I,
But like any show, you gotta have episodes that are just not always about
I'll
serious.
just say right now though, like I'm a minority fan. Like literally, I started watching the series for like the exploration and the fun and adventure and the comedy. That's it. So when they do go to high school and stuff like that, that's fine with me. I know though today, like everyone's into the power levels and the transformations and the Super Saiyan,
Y- Yeah,
God
pretty
Super
much.
Saiyan.
Pretty much, it's what most you know, Americans want to see. They want to see shit blowing shit
With
up.
a
You
lot of
know,
action.
yeah, amazing graphics on the screen. I mean, that's just how we think a lot of the times. But you know, whatever.
And just the way it is. Dragon Ball's life.
Pretty much, that's why a lot of us are still watching it till today, even with all the bullshit in it. And like how what's his face XP saying about the Kai's being fused in GT. Well, that was GT and that was back then. That's the idea that the person who took over the storyboard for Toriyama, that's how they wrote it. Now that they can change anything and everything with this parallel universes, anything's
Oh, for
possible.
sure.
So that's the grasp that you have to take with this new series. They can do anything with it and twist it any which way because it's still all made up. And so at the end of the day, you know, you can be salty about it, but you're still gonna end up watching most of it anyways.
How many episodes are there gonna be? Do you know?
Uh, they're supposed to be up to 200 episodes. That's what
Holy
they
shit.
said. So
That
we'll
means
see.
there's
We'll
like
see.
700 episodes when you like combine it. That's a lot.
But we'll see what happens because this is how I look at Super. I look at Super like I look at Star Wars Rogue One. It's pretty much, you know, they're adding filler into a story that was already kind of told, and it's kind of like a prequel. But it was a great prequel. I like the movie, so hopefully Super
And
ends up
Star Wars
being
is massive. They
yeah.
keep adding to their continuity too with Rebels, and they had the Clone Wars series too, and
Is Frieza gonna be chill? I mean, it's fucking Frieza. We know he's not gonna be chill. He's gonna be talking crap. He's gonna be talking down on
uh,
Vegeta. He's gonna be like, "Oh, look, it's Vegeta," and then you know Vegeta's gonna be talking shit to Frieza. Come on, man. That's like seeing the asshole manager boss you used to work for, and you have to like work with this motherfucker. Like, you know you're gonna have some bad blood with somebody like that.
Frieza likes to be in control, even with his father. Like he's like, okay, father, but like he's the one doing the commands to the ship and stuff like that. He loves being in control.
Yeah. But Frieza is ultra control freak, and then like his brother, Cooler said, my brother was always an arrogant little, you know, brat. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That tells you right there, you know. But it's gonna be still cool to see, like even though they kind of overuse Frieza, like Triforce was saying, I think it'll still be cool to see what's gonna happen. Wait, Frieza's replacing Boo because he fell asleep again.
Foolishness.
So I don't know, like I guess that's filler. Like I guess that people will say that's filler. But do you remember the episode when Boo was sleeping and he slept for like 2 seconds and that's his full sleep?
Yeah. That's
And
why
then,
people
then
don't.
later on he's missing fights because he's sleeping.
Yeah, because I guess because you know in the end of the day, you know, even though Majin Buu has some pretty cool tricks, like they're just trying to keep it to the characters that they want to make the story about. So they make it where Majin Buu ends up falling asleep, so somebody has to, you know, fill in for him at certain times of the story.
And to be fair, Kid Buu was asleep a lot too. Like he was bored from the battle. Sometimes you'd see the little sleep bubble.
That
So
Yeah.
like
that's
I assume like the history of Buu has something to do with sleeping.
well. So we can answer the question, and then we can move on to some parts, other parts of Dragon Ball, and then also move on to Breath of the Wild. Ultimately, the end result is this. Here are the facts. I know you like these other characters, not you guys, but Fans out there, I know you like these other characters, but this is Goku's show. That's the facts. They just so happen to say, hey, you know something? Vegeta is also a very popular anti-hero. We need to write him in as well. No different from this is no different from Naruto. Naruto started out as Naruto, and then it also became about Sasuke. And in the end, it was like, yo, we got to make this about Sasuke and Naruto, man. It's got to be both of them together. And now that's what it is. That's what they're doing with Vegeta. You know, one is great, two is better, three is a crowd. And so for those expecting Gohan, no. I'm telling you right now, save yourself the trouble. Do not put your hopes up with Gohan. He's going to be Gala. He's going to do his thing. But he just wasn't selected for the task, guys. He just wasn't. Akira Toriyama had already wrote out what this man's destiny is. This guy is a scholar. And he's going to remain that way. That's who he is.
Yeah,
Who he's in.
and don't think we're making this shit up just to shit on anybody that's a Gohan fan. Like, you could literally Google this and Toriyama will explain what he had drawn up in his head for that specific character. You know, he always looked at Gohan specifically because his mom, you know, Chi Chi always wanted him to be good in school. Well, what do you get when you're always in school? You become academically strong, and now he's a fucking scholar. So if we want to blame anybody, let's just blame Chi Chi and then Toriyama for writing Chi Chi like that. That's just how it went.
Those are the two I've always blamed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like it's falling into place as it should. It's annoying and it's sad for people that love Gohan, but whatever.
Someone's saying, what if the other Zeno is actually Zamasu who took over? But I don't think that's possible. Zamasu's a god, but he's not Zeno level god.
Let's put another context in there. Just like Goku and Vegeta can't beat Beerus, the reason why, because that's Toriyama's cat in real life.
Oh,
So
that's true.
Is
if
it? I never knew that.
yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
his that's his real cat. Beerus, like he named the character
Okay,
after
I'll,
his
I'll warm
cat.
up to that character a bit more if it's his cat. Give him.
Yeah.
Because
I,
I ever see him eating. That's all I ever see that guy do.
like me. Every time I stream, I'm always eating. You ever notice that? Oh yeah. I like Beerus.
I got a stomach ache, so I can't eat right now.
I'm eating bacteria. I'm eating yeast crackers with butter and bacteria, because that's what cheese is. It's just bacteria. All right. So is there anything else we need to cover before we can?
Any more questions?
Yeah. Let's take some questions from the audience from the stream. So guys, we'll use this time to take some questions from you. We got 20 minutes on the questions. So what's up? What questions you guys have regarding Dragon Ball Super? Is this entire Dragon Ball Super series about developing Vegeta to put him on par with Goku? Is this Vegeta's time to shine? Talk to me.
I implied that something was off with the new Zeno. I think when Zamasu turned himself into a universal law, he did something.
Hmm.
Yeah, somebody's assuming that because when Tommaso was like completely a part of that universe, when Zeno destroyed him, he kind of absorbed his evil, I guess, in a sense, is what they're saying.
Mm.
That's, I mean, we don't know because you know a lot of things can happen in Super.
What do you think about Goku's limit-breaking form? Will be if he gets one. I just think it's going to be Goku's limit-breaking form is Goku
You're
literally
saying the Super Saiyan White?
nah, he's not getting Super Saiyan.
No?
That's reserved for Gogeta.
Okay.
They're not giving neither of that to Goku or Vegeta. That's literally Super Saiyan White for marketing purposes is a one-time, one show. and they're not giving it to neither Goku or Vegeta because Super Saiyan White supposed to be implied stronger than Beerus, stronger than Whis. Nah, they're not giving either of that to either one of those characters. They don't do it in a fusion, but individually, nah, beat it. Zeno versus Zeno. I think Zeno would win.
You sure it won't be Zeno?
Nah, I got all my money on Zeno. I think Goku's limit breaking move is just gonna be Kaioken perfectly fused with his Super Saiyan Blue. That's all I think it is. Grand.
So here's a good question. Everybody, do we all agree, or do we all feel the Grand Priest is gonna be like the whole puppeteer behind the scenes is creating all this stuff happening?
I could see it happening.
Uh,
Cause remember that is Whis' dad, so I mean that's some OD shit.
the new Zeno is left-handed. Something's off. Timeout. Someone look this up right now. Where is a time ring? When Goku Black wears a time ring, what hand is it on?
Huh. Let's see.
I can't remember.
Goku Black. Let's see. I'm looking up this pics. Hold on. Hate the internet. Damn it. It's on his right hand.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Now,
I
would
don't
he have
care.
eyebrows if he went Super Saiyan God with the Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah.
I'm just answering someone in the chat.
But now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Goku Black was an amazing villain. I'll put him up there in top three, top four. But
Top three.
I'm still rolling with Broly, man. So nothing's ever gonna give me goosebumps like that character ever. Like for real.
You were gone, Triforce. I'm just curious on your thoughts since you're a huge Vegeta guy. We were talking about Broly earlier, about this new female Broly. Do you think Vegeta's gonna have any fear of this new Broly like he did in the movie,
Nope.
like with the original Broly? No.
Has no reference points to it. He has
That's
no.
what.
He has no reference point to it. He would have heard of the legendary Super Saiyan, but he already believes that him and Kakarot is the legendary Super Saiyan.
Yeah. That's my cat, by the way. If you hear any meowing.
Okay. Yo, this is gonna be crazy, B. You know, we're up to episode 90. You do know that I think the Universal Survival arc may be a whole 100 episodes on its own. I don't see them
Sure.
finishing. I don't see them finishing it in 20 episodes. That's not possible.
Is that how many episodes it took for the Zamasa?
The Zamasu arc was the longest. I think it was like 40 episodes. Was it?
It was a lot of damn episodes. I know that for sure.
Hmm. What do you think about an omniversal war and them including Gogeta Super Saiyan God White there instead of the tournament, but a war caused by the tournament? I think a war that tournament's never gonna finish.
Yeah,
Something's
I
gonna
think something's
happen.
gonna happen. Yeah. I think there's gonna be a monkey wrench because even though we've prognosticated a lot of this stuff, I think there's gonna be a monkey wrench in this tournament.
Hmm.
But we don't know if it's the priest or not or none of that. But that's what everybody's guessing.
Topo. He's gonna do his thing, but it's about Jiren. It's about Hit. It's about Goku, Vegeta, Frieza. It's about the Broly character girl. And you know what's so funny? The people that matter in this tournament are all the people that they showed you in the intro. Everybody else is kind of fodder.
That's usually what it is in anime, though.
Yeah.
They usually spoil a bit of it.
If you look at the intro, no, if you look at today's episode, with Universe's 10. Like what? Coffee break? Nah, those no protein break. Those dudes are cannon fodder, B. They're there to give Master Roshi, Piccolo, and the rest of those guys some type of burn. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, and then they get knocked out of the ring, and then on to the characters that matter. So
Yes, the universal arc can lead into an unexpected arc. It doesn't have to. They're just saying the end of Super will lead into episodes 289, 90, 91, and 92. It didn't say that the universal arc is the end of Super. Hmm. I'm making a lot of noise drinking, am I? All you hear is.
no, no,
Oh, okay.
not that big of a deal. But like they said, they are not ending it after the tournament or after Oob. So that's the interesting part. Like I was telling Bowman earlier, like that's the thing that got me intrigued about this show. Not because I'm not enjoying Super, but that's what I'm waiting for. That's my like I'm waiting for the curtain to drop on all that.
Dragon Ball Super Future Trunk artwork from episode 47 to 67. So it's really about 20 something, 20 plus 30 something episodes.
So it has to be like 40 for it to be crazy long or 50.
And
We'll see.
if you're counting this lead up, mhm,
Yeah,
a battle royale. That's crazy. This is 80 people
bro.
on one
You
area fighting me.
I,
80
I know,
people.
but you got to think one of these motherfuckers is WWE fans for sure.
Yeah,
Somebody would
I
think.
was gonna say it's wrestling. Like that's the
Yeah,
first thing I thought of.
that's a nod to wrestling. That had to be one of these motherfuckers into wrestling.
I'll tell you
Are they
what.
coming in one at a time, or are they all gonna start together?
I'll tell you one thing. It's the first time it's being done in anime history.
Yep, yep. So that's pretty cool. But then again, they understand Americans, bring a lot of their money. Like not shitting on
Oh, for
Japan.
sure.
Like Americans bring a shit ton of money when it comes to shit like this.
The question is, will they beat the Goku versus Frieza 5 hour fight? Even though it took about 5 hours in episodes, that was really Goku fought Frieza was probably less than a 10-minute fight in
That
real
was
life.
that was like 21, 22 episodes. That's crazy. I remember that.
Oh, Dwight, I'm playing the CDI games potentially tomorrow. I'm gonna. Something happened. You weren't here. The resources needed to operate the CDI games have not been working this entire week. So the contention is that Super Nintendo has been working on trying to fix one for me. He's working on it all night tonight and tomorrow, and he will either have it for me by tomorrow. And if it doesn't work tomorrow, then I'm downloading video footage of the CDI games, and I'm just gonna put together a little movie, and I'm just gonna do an overview on them, much like I did with the cartoons, rather than play the games, because I want to start Breath of the Wild come this week, this starting Monday. I'm actually mad hyped on Breath of the Wild. I'm like, wow, one more game before we get to Breath of the Wild. I actually kind of just want to get to it,
Wait, you haven't started playing it? Is that what you're saying?
my man. I have not,
Wow,
I have not even written it in my
wow,
file name.
wow.
And when you really think about it, I'm the second person in the world to get Breath of the Wild because Lance was second online with next to C&D, and he got me. That's how I got my Switch and all that. Lance stood in line for me since I was helping C&D, and he got me all of that. And since I got it,
It's
I have
crazy.
not touched it.
Bro,
If I touched
that's
it,
that.
my man, if I touched it, I'd be in a poorhouse right now. I literally would.
Wow,
I would have nothing here because I'd just be playing that. I would do nothing. That's why I did
bro.
not touch the game.
That game is OD. That's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna say nothing because yeah, that's.
Mm-mm.
I've been going
Oh
through Link too, or
Spoil,
Zelda too. There.
spoilers don't bother me. Spoilers don't bother me. And
no, no, it's not about spoilers. It's just the fact that like you haven't touched it. That's crazy. I can't do that to myself.
I had
I
to.
wasn't. I was literally wasn't gonna get a Switch, but this is the thing. I'm gonna get another Switch because I wanted to play Zelda, but I wanted Mario too. So I kind of got a little upset about that. So I'm gonna have to get me another Switch because when I played
I'm
Zelda, I was like, oh my god, this game
I'm
is
in
sick.
I'm in between on stuff like that. Like some stuff I like I don't want spoiled at all. Then other stuff like Zelda where I'm invested into the timeline. Like yeah, sure, spoil it.
The
Like I
ti-
played the ones my favorites already. So
the timeline for Zelda is OP. Like I don't even think
oh my god,
like
I got theories, man.
wait, well the thing is I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna end the stream in
Yeah,
10 minutes.
that's for another time though, right?
No.
But it has to.
No, I said we'll talk about Zelda. I just don't want to do it on a stream dedicated to Dragon Ball.
Oh,
I don't want to
okay.
mix the two. So in 10 minutes I'm gonna end
Well,
this, and then I'll come
in 10
back,
minutes I'll take 2 second break though when you do that, just because I need to just wash them.
and then
I'll
when I
hang around though.
I'm gonna cut. Yeah, you don't have to hang up Skype when I end the stream. I'm just gonna end the stream, and
Okay,
I'm just gonna come back, and then we're just gonna have a little after hour session for about an hour more, and then we'll talk about Zelda,
sure.
and then yeah, and then from there we can get into the whole timeline thing because like yo, this is nuts. Like yo, everything that I've been finding about like Breath of the Wild is nuts. That guy's too loud. Wait, hold on. Why are they saying you guys are so loud?
It's cause you
Uh,
turn yourself a little too high. I think you need to put us down like a quarter. Kind
Okay.
of put it to max was a little much.
All right. All right. So I put it. How are the guys? Is they too loud now?
They want to hear you.
What is this guy saying? How long are we gonna keep going? Keep this going? Oh, you had no idea. Like, well, actually, believe it or not, guys, it's not that I'm a Dragon Ball guy. I love me personally. I love stories with lore. I'm a huge lore guy. I like stuff like Record of Lotus War. I like stuff like Lord of the Rings. I like stuff like The Matrix. I like things Star Wars, things that have like someone sat down and said we're gonna write an entire universe. I like those things. They're so intriguing. I don't like just put together randoms, whatevers. Like I don't like that. Uh, Perfect now, but you're a little low now. How am I a little low? Is it? Oh, perhaps it's the mic. Is this
Yeah,
good?
you're probably not talking to the mic enough.
Do you guys have YouTube channels? Abe and Bowman, you have YouTube channels? Hmm.
I'll let Nightmare go first.
Yeah, I'm the one in chat under dope kicks.
All right.
I have one, but I don't take it serious. So like, I don't really care for subscriptions. Like I post content like I did. If you've seen, I don't know if there's anyone in the FGC here. Like I'm the guy that did Flo's outro that you still see every day.
Oh, okay.
I did some of his emotes and stuff like that. Like I've helped his stream a bit. It's Bowman 82 obviously, but like I usually keep up to date on Twitter. It's Bowman, just B0WMEN, since someone else has Bowman.
Uh,
That's about it.
Let me ask you a question, Bowman. Do you know about the Injustice 2?
The
Um,
whole scandal thing with Arturo.
Wait, what?
No, the early copies you're talking about, right?
Oh no, no, I'm not talking about early copies. We already
Okay.
know dudes is getting early copies, man. Come on, man.
Especially in NY.
Yeah,
Them
right.
motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
They we know they got early copies and all this other stuff. My question to you is, do you know about the Invitational?
I see with me, even though like I'm really tight with James, not
Yeah.
really tight, but like I'm friends with him at least,
Hmm.
and like I help out the FGC.
Yeah.
Me personally, like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 4, I suck at both games. I just
Hmm.
like them, and I just like the community type deal. So like I just stick around, but like I'm not good. I'm not. I'm like I could care less about the new stuff, but
Okay.
that's just my thing. You know, like I'm more like Injustice is coming out. I'm more a fan of the story than I would be like the actual
Oh
fighting game.
man, see, and this is what I'm talking about. This is why I think Injustice is such a godlike game because the story
Yeah.
is ridiculous, me, if that's even a word. But Dwight, yes, I have a fight stick. Thanks. I need to make a DB channel. That channel is for a shoe hobby. Triforce should create his own lore. My own lore. My own lore is already on YouTube. Just check the YouTube channel. No problem, dude. You're great. I think I've heard of you on Geekdom vids before. Possibly. I don't. I've commented on Geekdom vids. The thing is that Geekdom. Here's the thing that this is the one gripe I have with Geekdom. Geekdom is a Goku fan. He's not a Dragon Ball fan. Don't get confused. There's a big difference. He's not a Dragon Ball fan. He watches all of Dragon Ball, but it is solely because of Goku. He really likes all the other characters. He really is in depth about them, but he's a mark off to Goku. Like me, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, although I have my preference is Vegeta because not because I want Vegeta to be stronger than Goku. It's just the way his I like character development. The more developed your character is the more I like the character. So it's like in Naruto, like Jiraiya was one of my favorite characters because how well developed he was, not because like he's the most powerful or whatever the case may, whatever. I don't care about all that nonsense. Fist of the North Star, like in terms of a character, like Kenshiro is the man, but I'm sorry, Ra was just the greatest B. Even when they redid Fist of the North Star and gave them backstories, Ra's backstory is OP. It's just ridiculous, B. I think that's his favorite villains. Yeah, those are his favorite villains, man. From what I know, I could be wrong, but like I don't know. I'm subscribed to him. I listen to all his stuff. Have you guys seen Baruto? See, like, and Baruto, that anime sucks. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Nah, man. You don't make a Naruto son and it's just Naruto redone all again, or with Sasuke's powers. Okay, now that everyone's gotten past the Sasuke Naruto, we're gonna fuse them. Like, come on, man. That was just dirty. That's all. That was so dirty. Like, you're just gonna fuse them and write a new story based on the two fuse? Beat it.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
just
that's like that's like Dragon Ball Super writing something about Vegeta or Gogeta. Like what the fuck? Come
exactly.
on
We're
now.
gonna make a new Dragon Ball. It's called Gogeta. What? Like, come on. That's what the whole Dragon Ball's
Dragon
about.
Ball G.
Yeah, Dragon Ball G is Gogeta. Like, come on, man. I'm not.
We call that reaching where we're from.
Yeah,
But reaching.
that is exactly what reaching is. That's a prime example of reaching.
Oh, we had a lot more than Sailor Moon and Inuyasha. We had like Gundam Wing, we had Card Captors, we had you could even go back to Astro Boy.
We had a lot of godlike stuff back in the days, but like I like
Yeah.
stuff with lore, man. That if it has lore, it's godlike. I watch it.
I'm huge. My favorite anime of all is Tenchi. Like, and then I don't like the newer stuff, but like back in like the Tenchi Moyo and Tenchi Universe, that stuff like.
Oh
Oh yeah.
man.
Let's see. Stopwatch.
Okay, so let's see. I stopped watching Naruto during the boring war. Baruto is what I love, but about Naruto so far, I wouldn't know. Don't necessarily care. Like One Punch Man is growing on me now because of what happened to Suryu. Like that character is ridiculous, man. This guy said, "Kiss my feet." My man broke his toe even though he had no movement in his body, he was gonna die. My man started screaming, "Anyone, any hero, please help!" And yo, when Saitama came, that's the first time in my entire life I was actually happy to see Saitama, just because he's saving my favorite character in what's the name of this thing here? In One Punch Man. I don't like OP superhero characters. I don't like a superhero where it's like I just have this power, I'm the best, I have the plot armor, I'm the main character, I'm gonna body you. That's a boring story. I don't like it.
Yeah,
so
that's why
so
I
so
don't like One Punch
so
Man.
so essentially you don't like Captain Planet. All right.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, Ted
I,
Turner.
He's
I,
broken,
no,
bro.
no, no,
He's
but
broken. He don't
no,
lose,
yeah,
bro. He doesn't
no, no,
lose.
but it makes sense. The reason why I can like a character like Captain Planet because
Captain
Cap,
Planet.
Captain Planet is a sum. Captain Planet is a sum of parts that can be easily beaten. So Those five guys have to work together for Captain Planet to mean something. There's a weakness to Captain Planet. You can kill any one of the ring bearers, and Captain Planet's done.
I
That
know, but what I mean by he's broken is he always wins broken. Like
no,
that's his plot armor.
he's supposed to win. He's supposed if Captain Planet gets forged, you're supposed to lose. If you did not beat them before Captain Planet was forged, then you deserve to lose. Hold on, it's called the Voltron syndrome. I could deal with that. See when
Eh, eh,
Zarkon and them wanted to stop Voltron, they killed off Lance. When Lance died, they had to get Princess Allura and she had to help them form Voltron. Now when Voltron comes after that adversity, that tension, finally after all that struggling, they finally get Voltron. That's why Vegito and Gogeta are godlike characters because people stronger than Goku comes put them through hell on earth and they have to try their best to try to form. And once they form, when they get there, first of all, you know they're only there for a brief moment of time. You can appreciate. Come on, let's keep this real, B. In Dragon Ball Super, when Goku was like, "Come on, Vegeta," he's like, "Shut up! I won't eat it." And then he finally ate it, ate the senzu bean, and then put on the earring, and he was like, "Thank you, Vegeta." And Vegeta's like, "Hmm." And they fused when he jumped up and said, "Whatcha!" I was like, "Oh." Goosebumps came over me. I was like, "Oh my God, Zamasu's gonna get bodied."
Can
Holy,
I
yeah.
just want to answer one thing. Link in the chat. That's why I don't like Superman. The thing with Superman that's misconceived with a lot of people, I was mentioning earlier, since I'm a big Superman guy. He's not about the fighting. He doesn't. If he had it his way, he
He wouldn't
wouldn't
fight.
be like. Yeah, he'd be just a regular guy. He's
Superman
about doing what's right.
Superman
That's
has
what
a
makes him timeless, you know.
Superman has a weakness. He is
Yeah,
he is what Uncle Ben's described. Uncle Ben from Spider-Man described. With great power comes responsibility. That is Superman. He is responsible with God power. That's what Superman is. That's why you can't hate him. You can beat Super. You don't need power to beat Superman. You can beat Super. You know,
and
man.
just
You
and you know what's funny? Him and Goku share the same similar thing. They were both raised on Earth, but their
exactly.
purpose was totally different when they arrived there. Well, Superman wasn't so much the destroyer, but
yeah.
but his people were looking for other planets to take over. So in a sense, it wasn't like all dark and
Their
like scary,
their
but
their aspirations are different though, because Goku seeks power, which is like a villain trait.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah, yeah.
Superman.
Superman's more about just
No,
trying to live a life, you know.
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah, but it's all of the theory of you're a product of your environment,
Environment.
and humans are the environment. Like they teach you to have hope and to
Yeah,
live amongst with everybody. But
that's the common thread.
which
Yeah.
is which is
yeah,
why Superman is godlike. That's why I like Superman. Superman is this human being who lives on a farm with a family, and all Superman was ever grown and ever raised to want is a family of his own. That's
yeah,
Clark is literally a family man. All he what he aspire what he dreams for, his ambition is to get a family. That's why my man spent his entire virgin life. Superman's a virgin. My man's only been with well, he's been with two girls before, but he's only had sex with one girl, and that's Lois. Like, for those who don't even know that, Superman is a virgin. He's never banged no other girl. It's just Lois. That's why in Injustice, like if you ever watch the lines redrawn video in Injustice 2, Superman's life, he lives for Lois. When Lois died, Lois was pregnant with his baby. That's what turned Superman into a tyrant. It was like that. I'm a tyrant. I'm murdering all of y'all, and effortlessly at that. Like it's really what if Superman was to really. So that's why when people go, who would win in a fight, Goku or Superman? If you put okay, Goku will rage out if you kill his family, but look at Super Saiyan Blue Goku. When what's his name said, "I killed your family," right? Chi Chi and Gohan. Goku raged out, right? And Goten. Goku raged out, but then Black just bodied Goku anyway. If Black said, "I killed Lewis Lane," this man, oh man, boy, I don't even think people have even watched the things Superman do to guys far more powerful, like dark side.
Well, there's also videos out there like that. There's that superhero fight club I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And they don't even read the comics when I when I was watching their video. They're like they take literally stuff from Google
Hmm?
and they just post it like one page of paper. And yeah, my battery's getting low. I gotta go
So,
charge it.
Cole,
I'm just gonna put this on mute and I'll be back in about like 10
A-
minutes. Is that
actually,
alright?
let's take a pause here, and it's three or
Okay.
four. I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna come right back, and we're gonna pick up what we left off with Superman. We could talk about all these things, Superman, Zelda, and all these other guys. But
Alright.
let me end the stream right now. Thank you guys for joining us on this segment, which about is this Vegeta's series, a super series. Is this about Vegeta? I appreciate all you guys' questions and all this other stuff. Um, uh, we're gonna have more of these little review segments. I like to do all these review segments on a Sunday. Wait, today's what? Today's Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
No,
It's
Sunday.
Mother's Day.
oh, it's Sunday now. Oh, Sunday now. That's right. It is Mother's Day. Oh boy, I gotta go find something to give mom in the morning before she notices. All right, so yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a 5 minute break, and we're just gonna come and chill. No, don't go nowhere, guys. Guys, don't go nowhere. I'm just gonna stop this segment of the stream, and we'll be right back. Okay? See you in a bit.
I'll be back in 10 minutes
All right,
though.
I'm not gonna turn off the Skype. I'm gonna leave the Skype running. Okay.
Okay.
All right.